Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After a long break, we are finally in for the grand finals for the FSL circuit of the Thailand qualifiers. My name is Abstract, with me here is Hades.
Yo, what's up, Abstract? What's up, guys? Glad you guys have stayed tuned with us the entire way, especially since you've been watching, maybe since day one. You guys will know that Mamazita, the OG all-female esports team, the first ever in Thailand, versus one of the esports giants of Southeast Asia, EVOS, who comes out on top. BO5, only one winner.
We started off with Mamazita, and we are ending it off with Mamazita. So this is probably going to be an interesting one, as most of the viewers out there will most definitely heard of both of these teams, Mamazita and EVOS. So this is about the time for everyone to get as vocal as you can, and just pretty much comment down in the comment section and just tell everyone, be really vocal and say which team. Tell us which team that you're supporting, which team you're rooting for, and just throw out your...
They get the Beldam, just saying. They get their heroes, and this time it looks like this is their counter to Sephara, because usually they like to first pick the Sephara. I'm not sure what's with the Fennec ban. Maybe, like you said, it could be just a mock ban, just so that you can open up the draft, see how it goes, and in this way you have your counter picks. Murad coming up, that's definitely S9's hero, no doubt. That's a must take. Like, you can't let that through.
It's pretty scary of a hero at this moment of time. You really... I believe that maybe in the next game, EVOS would most probably want to ban Murad.
Fast game.
Even if it's good or bad. Even if he didn't do well, or even if he done badly, or whatever it is.
You'll actually notice as well that in this grand finals, immediately from game 1, you can tell these two teams, very different styles of drafting. Over the course of the past 2 days, we have seen first pick marksman all the time, and the marksman most of the time gets shut down.
Yeah.
And that's the priority. So you can tell that these two teams have a very similar approach, which is you are focusing on your space creating heroes, and it doesn't matter who you pick as the marksman afterwards, because they are basically your backup plan. Your first win condition is definitely getting the Beldam, because this hero has basically, I think, one of the highest win rates in the tournament. I've only seen this hero lose twice, and we've casted this hero like more than 7 times now.
Pretty much right. And the thing about teams EVOS is that we do not know whether they are interested in going for any tanks for this case, because Timmy is still available on the board, and they can still pick up Timmy if they want to. Yebenev has been being picked up quite a lot, but not too sure whether they are really going for that. And
they go for it anyways. It's the battle between Yebenev and Beldam almost every single time. Elsu, I like the hero. It's a very annoying hero to lane against because of how strong it is, the range. The charge time's a bit slow, but if you pull it off, it's understandable why Elsu is always a high pick hero, high ban pick rate. And alright, so what do you think? Who do you think is better? Who is better here, Beldam or Yebenev?
I mean, I would probably say it is still Beldam, due to the versatility of what he can do. Displace opponents, and as well as create a lot of space.
The setup as well is amazing. Once you get the imprisonment, we saw a combo early on where you had the triple imprisonment set up into a perfect wipe, led to 2 towers. That's what we are expecting here, but Zuka being queued up. Hello? Whoa. Is this where, like, Mamazita wanted us cheese that way? Is this the cheese opening strat to get that confidence boost going?
If whether the confidence will even be there in the first place.
Oh, so you have the doubts. I see you leaning more towards EVOS here.
Yeah.
Hello, producer. Can we call EVOS? We have someone here who is extremely biased towards the EVOS Raw.
My oh my. I mean, Zuka though, if there is anything else, I would have been okay. Honestly, I would have been okay. So what's gonna happen here is that they're going to put Beldam in the roaming side, Talon in middle lane, Murad in the jungle, Marlock at the Dark Slayer lane, and Zuka weirdly in the Abyssal Dragon lane.
Hillcraft.
And maybe, perhaps, I'm not too knowledgeable myself, it could be the fact that Zuka counters well with Elsu. It could be a favorable matchup for Zuka that I do not know of.
So let's see how they swap around. Obviously, because what they were drafting is not who's playing what exactly. But now we go. So the S9 Murad Have we ever seen her lose on that hero yet? Have we? I don't think we have.
I don't think we do.
We've casted 3 Mamazita series now, and not a single one has ever... No, we've never seen an S9 Murad lose yet. Will EVOS be able to break that streak? If they do so, now that's their confidence boost. Because it means you have taken down their star player. They're like, we don't give 2 hoots about you.
Exactly. So Murad is the one that makes it or breaks it for this game. And if they are just gonna, if the Murad is gonna just get shut down all the time, then obviously it's going to be extremely devastating for Team Mamazita. I'm not too sure if whether Mamazita will continue on with whatever they have done in the previous game. But EVOS, they should know how to counter against Murad. Murad is a hero that requires jungle camps. Everyone knows that. So if you wipe out the entire jungle camps, it's gonna be extremely difficult for Murad to dish out damage. So that is one way to counter, but of course it's very situational. It's not something that you can be like, oh, I'm gonna shut him down this way, I'm gonna shut him down that way. It all got to do with how the game is played. So that's it. We're going to take a look at game number 1 of this grand finals between Team Mamazita versus Team EVOS 7TREASURE. We do have Murad, Valdem, Zuka, Marlock, and Talon on the side of Mamazita, and we do have Nakrov, Yibaneth, Yina, Sephra, as well as Elsu in the EVOS 7TREASURE side.
Well, come with us on this wonderful journey because this is going to be one hype series. There will be no disappointments here because disappointment is not an option, neither is failure. Alright, so immediately we see 4 heroes kind of chilling on the middle lane already. Elsu, Frozen Kiss, actually wandering away off to the off lane. And then we'll be facing off against the Marlock. Should do okay, especially since you have that ranged advantage against Marlock. Already, they're just kind of chilling around inside.
That is interesting.
Murad's just doing her thing. S9. I think that's where most eyes are on her. I mean, this mid-dual lane is going to be very static.
I'm pretty interested at the fact that they prefer to put Marlock down at the Abyssal Dragon lane against Elsu. So maybe I got it the other way around. Maybe Marlock's the one that can actually deal with Elsu, and well, Zuka on the other hand. So I'm not too sure what exactly the game plan is, so I apologize for that. But still, we will eventually see how these teams eventually want to play. We've got the Wall Stomp as well as the Wall Charge being brought out by Beldam right here. A little bit of a harassment going on, and this game is a little bit different from the other games that we have watched. There isn't that much of a wasted movements. Looks like the flicker is just going to be used by oh sorry, that's not flicker. Just Talon getting away from the Zephyr's Wall of Water. So all is still okay. They're just waiting for the Abyssal Dragon at this moment of time, and I'm not too sure if whether that is what Murad wants to do, or whether he just wants to, you know, harass middle lane.
Alright, so Zinha just messing around with S9, trying to make sure that this Murad isn't creating that much space. Turn Pro Turbulence to YSL, but this zips away. No real trouble. And they're just trying to mirror wherever the Murad goes. They make sure that no one dies, and this way she doesn't snowball. I think that's the intention. So, you can really feel the intensity going on in this game, the way it started out. Frozen Kiss is Elsu not exactly farming. What's the plan here?
They do have they do have 4 heroes at the lower part of the map. The rotation there should be impeccable coming in from EVOS. So if anything happens like this, there will be more people joining into the fray. 3 versus 3, we do have Nakrov going in with Jury Fury, knocking everyone up into the air. But of course, they do not want to extend themselves.
Solo killed by Yina by Elise.
That's the Yina I'm talking about. Strong warrior. Now, this is probably one of the first time that we've seen Darkslayer lane First Blood. It's been very rare for that to happen, and in the meantime, Yina completely misses out onto Chaylin. Unfortunately, I believe that the Lightning Strike damage onto Yina is extremely strong. Yep, we do have the Beldam coming straight in with the Wild Stomp. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do quite much. In the meantime, here we have another dimension going to be used by Murad here at the bottom lane to get himself away from all of that danger after getting the kill onto Elsu.
So they do get a 1-for-1 trade. But they're still behind in the net worth, just because if you look at S9, she hasn't been able to create that level of impact yet, which she would have liked a bit early on before that. But just as I say that, Yunha messing around with the Beldam. It's always the Beldam Ibanez like face-off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is always that way. And in the meantime, it looks like we do have Talent trying to go for some Ion Blasts right in the face of Ibanez, and we have the entire team fight just going to ensue right here. And just like that, Zuka is just going to go down the second time, while Prison wasn't able to do anything to anyone at all. Shock coming in from Marlock, missing everyone at this moment of time. And this is going to be pretty bad.
Oh,
We have the Wall of Water as well as Snipe that's landing right on the Rose. But the good thing is, he'll be safe. Lightning Strike, oh! Lightning Strike, Ion Blast, not enough. The Snipe came in right on the Chaylin, still surviving though. Still be okay.
Rose may actually end up dying here. 3 heroes right in front of a tier 1 tower. My Brazil was going for the charge to try to save a teammate, but a bit of lag, I'm guessing. Didn't really work out. Alright, so now the gold lead starting to fly a bit more towards the side of EVOS. Will they be able to withstand that pressure? Mamazita. S9 can feel that she's on the clock, because you look at that Yina. She's doing very well. 2-0, highest net worth in this entire game. And Murad's going to be looking to steal the Might Golem away. Rimu's going to mess around with Elise, but S9, oh, caught out. Temporal Turbulence flies out. Managed to get the buff, but in between 3 heroes, needs to kill off Maz. Oh no, here comes EVOS. The perfect backup is real, and now they have to back out. The imprisonment was used to try to help them disengage. So they disengage, but still at the cost of losing S9. Things are looking very dark right now.
Well, Murad did manage to deny the Might Golem away from Nakroth, but with his own life. So I wouldn't say that it is a favorable trade at all. But you know, there's still something. There's still something that they can look forward to. So at this moment of time, let's take a look at the gold and 2.8k coming in from Murad. So the farm coming in from Murad is pretty good, but we do have Yina that has the highest amount
Elise
of gold.
falling very low. Rimu was trying for the kill. Maz was trying for the counter, but realizes under the tier 1 tower you can't dive. Elise dodges for now, and S9's going to... I think he's just going to farm a bit more. I thought she was looking for Temper Turbulence, but nah, just going to farm up a bit more. Needs just a tiny, at least a next item I feel, before she can actually start trying for these rotations again. Yina is already extending their gold lead by quite a significant amount.
And here we have Temporal Turbulence right onto Saffra. Wait, did she even use it? But it's okay, it doesn't matter, as we do have Nature's Realm gonna be activated coming in by Ibanez to create more space. It's really all about space when it comes to Mamazita and EVOS 7TREASURE. So we'll see eventually how they want to make full use of the space. In the meantime, Mass just going to push straight in onto the middle lane with really good damage onto the turret, suffering just a little bit of damage for himself. All is fine, he's just going to go back to farming, get his stage golem, and will be well along his way. In the meantime, take a look at the top lane. Elise is really bold. Has been trying to attack Rimu under the targets of the turrets. I'm not too sure whether that is a smart move, but you know what? The turret's almost down. She can go for it.
She was looking to try and get Elise. Blue tower has fallen, so immediately the rotation into the enemy jungle. EVOS looking to try and go and buy Brazil, but that's not the target they wanted. A bit too tanky, especially between both towers. And another tier 1 tower to fall. EVOS, this is where they step up the pace. They want that Abyssal Dragon. That's 2 tier 1 towers now.
It's about time for Talent to get some kills. Ion Blast isn't really doing very well for him. Kratos has been defeated by our dear old Nakroth, and now is the time for them to use their advantage and push forward. With a total of about 3,000 gold advantage, as well as 1 kill on the Kratos. Oh wait, they also brought down 3 turrets, so things are looking pretty bad for Mamazita.
Trying to get the stacks up. My Brazil kind of trapped. Actually, looks like the Beldam has to be dead here, right? It has to be.
Nope.
No, not enough.
Nature's Realm
gets out.
The damage from Nature's Realm apparently isn't as good as we all think it is. But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. All they need is to, like I said, buy more time. You really need to buy more time for your Elsu. You need to buy more time for your Nakrov especially, because Nakrov, the damage comes in only at the later part of the game. But for Murad, once you have your Temporal Turbulence at level 4, you are as pesky as any kind of assassins out there. So just stay where you are for Nakrov, just stay where you are and just keep on farming, and eventually you'll be able to out-farm the opponent's side. That is going to be the main point.
Well, your next item just came up on the Murad, so looking to see if she can actually make something happen. Maybe win their first team fight, take their first tower. They have no map control at all. It's quite worrying. My Brazil found someone, but here comes the backup from Safari and the wall of water. Nice juke.
It was just a temporary harassment coming in from Nakrov. And for Team Mamazita, it just seemed like they are trying to establish their the dominance in their own jungle. They do not want to lose the control of their own jungle, but in the meantime, it looks like Iron Blast is just going to be used by Thailand. There goes Lightning Strike. But all of that damage is going on to Ibanez, not the hero you want to aim. But hey, if the tank is just right smack in your face, obviously you got to do something about it, right? So, Ibanez has really been opening up space, really being an in-your-face kind of hero and giving...
Oh dear, missed again.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that what Murad is doing is really just whittling down the HP of the opponent's side. In the meantime, we do have a Wild Charge and Temporal Turbulence missing out onto Sephra. Unfortunately, Water Spirit's right onto Murad. He's going to use his another dimension to get himself slightly away. Shock coming in from Murad gets him away from all of that danger, and they are slowly losing control of their map.
Dude, I'm not used to this, man. EVOS are bodying Mamazita so hard. Like, it feels like Mamazita just unable to keep up. But just as I say that, Delusi probably have to go down here, get snatched by Rimu. So maybe this is where we can start to see that Panda just start to shine a little bit.
And in the same
It was a tier 2 tower. What? Oh wow, okay. Okay.
There has been quite a lot of turrets that has been destroyed, but at this moment of time, it is pretty grim for Mamazita. They can push, but we'll see eventually when are they going to start pushing. So look at Elsu's HP completely going down. Nature's Realm just going to be activated coming in, and of course the prison. I'm not too sure whether that is the right use of his wild prison, but that is valuable information for EVOS 7TREASURE, that they can push in without the fear of being separated by the
Nakrov is coming around from behind. Looks like he may be going to the bot instead, trying to get the buff creep.
Yeah, it does seem like it.
Zuka is actually going to chase him away.
Just going to deny as much as possible. That the might buff went to Zuka, so all is great, all is fine. And in the meantime, Iron Blast Thunderbird today, no Thunderbird. And Murad goes straight in onto Elsu. Wasn't able to finish it off, but Nature's Realm right in the face of the enemies is just pesky. Really, really pesky tank. And here we have Shock coming in from Marlock, but no follow-ups. This game is really a back and flow game. We can tell that EVOS 7TREASURE is giving a lot of respect for Mamazita. They do not want to make any mistakes at all. They disengage so fast and re-engage in another fashion. And I would say the same to Mamazita. Obviously, because they have lower income, they will have to disengage when they think that the fight is not in favor for them.
Delusi looking to try and find that stun initiation for them to follow up S9. Might, tempting herself. Just trying to walk forward step at a time. But the trap does scout them out. Delusi, wall of water. Hits into the Marlock, but very tanky hero. Over the bottom, it looks like they found S9. Zuka's coming to the party, trying to help us out. Oh, they actually destroy S9. They knew where she was, and now they want to push for a bit more. So jump the Remo. Rose actually jumps into Elise and Delusi. Looking for the stun. Marlock probably definitely going to go down here. And using the wall of water as a way to actually just zone the rest of the team out, so they were unable to help her. Very nice teamwork and good play from EVOS.
And here we have we have 3 men available coming in from.
And that's the tier 2 tower taken out.
How about mid lane? I believe that Nakrov is just going to bring down the mid lane turret as well.
Look at the split push, man. They're pushing in 3 lanes consecutively.
Yeah, this is very aggressive push coming from EVOS 7TREASURE. Now, there's going to be left with the final tier turret for top, middle, and bottom lane, and it does seem like EVOS 7TREASURE is looking forward to getting the kill onto the Darkslayer. And getting the Darkslayer really is the one that really is the last thing that they will need to do. 13 minutes in, and I believe that Team EVOS 7TREASURE, they are ready to end the game already. Here we have at the top part of the jungles for Mamazita, EVOS is really taking control of that.
Yo, if you're EVOS right now, you have to be so confident, like so happy with everything. Just don't get cocky, you know, don't throw the game. They have the advantage.
I have absolutely no idea how is this going to fare out for
Bush and Bush. Remo is going in, finds Elise. Oh, thought about jumping. Whoa, careful, you lost quite a chunk of HP from that. Bit of a pause. Do we get the DC? I mean, this is bound to happen. We knew this was coming. The pause that is. We knew these pauses would happen, one way or another.
Well, the game has been going pretty smoothly for now. So hey, we can't say too much about the first pause of this game. 15 minutes pause for both teams, or rather for individual teams. So if there really is any technical difficulty, then there is an expected pause. So it can go up to 15 to 30 minutes. So it really depends on how the situation is handled out. For those people who has just tuned in to this stream, this is the grand final first game between Mamazita versus EVOS 7TREASURE. And what can we possibly expect from this game from now onwards? Because we are hitting the 14-minute mark, right? And the amount of gold deficit is at 7,000 gold in advantage for EVOS 7TREASURE. What possibly can Mamazita do? What do you think?
I think for one, when they commit on these, they have to realize right now that EVOS are going for this like very split push maneuver, trying to force them to defend one lane. I think you need to you just need to commit, make the call, jump that Yina and Nakrov, kill them both with your entire team, and immediately back out, go and defend. But it needs to be fast. It needs to be like, or even then you just kill the person who's split pushing. You have two options, right? You have to go for like one lane.
Alright, we're getting some updates, and it does seem like one of the players' game has crashed. So that would that technical difficulty shouldn't take too long. I believe that it will take us maybe another minute or so to be back into the game. So sit tight, and we'll be providing you more cast, and of course more of this entertainment coming in from these two teams. And speaking of that, we are about to take a look into the battle between Mamazita and EVOS 7TREASURE once again. So welcome back to the player who crashed. Welcome back, and hopefully that the momentum hasn't changed whatsoever. But it does seem like for Team EVOS, they are looking pretty strong. You see, take a look at Nakrov, just cleaning up the neutral camp so fast.
Beldam, but it's kind of weird how like she won't even poke. She just backs off just in case. Anyways, the Drake has been summoned over in the top lane, I believe. Yeah. And they want to go for that tower. Took the buff. I think Elise wants to jump in again. Looking for the wall of water. Doesn't really connect. The Drake is still pushing in.
Yeah, it's really all about the wall of water. They just want to wait for the wall of water.
The knockoff is actually running over.
Middle lane is being defended. Bottom lane is completely free. The Drake is going down low, and the wall of water has now been activated, and it does seem like the rest of the team, they're trying to do their best. Murad goes straight in, tries to get a kill on the Sephora, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work quite well. We do have the Nature's Block being used, but of course the prison right onto Ibanez to separate him from the rest of the team. Now, it is 15 minutes now, and Abyssal Dragon is now enraged. This is a pretty long game after all. This game is long, but for some reason, the income for both teams doesn't seem to be extremely high for both sides. Seems a bit different from previous games.
I think it's the fact that they haven't been farming too excessively. It's all about the overall movements, but trying to find the very crucial picks that lead to the most important thing in the game, which is objectives in the towers. Yunha, Delucy, Water Disconnect to my Brazil. They were trying to get whatever damage off they can. Frozen Kiss is so far behind. They have nobody to jump these heroes. S9 has had no success in finding the Elsu.
Elsu is just hiding around. He's so close to the walls, he's literally invisible. I mean, yes, invisible. So it's gonna be quite a challenge for anyone to try to pick him off. But right now, the challenge of picking him off isn't like the main issue. The challenge is regaining your dominance in the field of Arena of Valor. You don't have the control of your jungle, and that is the main thing. You do not have enough farm. The only thing that you can farm is the lane creeps that come onto your tower, onto your turret. So, you know, you're losing out a lot of farm, and you're giving it a lot to EVOS 7TREASURE. They're too afraid to make a play. They're too afraid to lose one fight, because once you lose a fight, you completely lose. And speaking of fight, Murad goes in, completely gets shut down. Shock coming in from Marlock, completely goes down because there is 0 follow-ups. The analyst, the team captain probably just say like, we screwed up, back off. But that is a time where Marlock is already inside the heart of the enemy, and there is no way for him to get out. The 3rd tier defense turret and the bottom lane has went down, and up until now, actually, I don't remember hearing the Thunderbird.
Pick up Elise, might be able to. Oh, it does get it. Not sure why Elise had to walk past the tower. I think she DC'd.
I think so too. I was about to say that I don't remember seeing Thunderbird being used by Thailand, and right when I said that, the Thunderbird appears right onto Yina. Whew. Okay, so that death coming from Yina is probably gonna prolong the game just a little bit longer. Just a little bit.
It's not gonna change the outcome of the game anyways. I mean, like 4v3, whether it was 5v3, they were never getting that mid tower or the core in the first place. They would have backed off, gone for the Dark Slayer, and that's exactly what they will do.
Prophet Hades in the house.
Unless my Brazil decides to come in and they're just baiting.
The thing is, they do not. Team EVOS, they don't really have that much vision, so they don't know if there's anyone close to my Brazil. They do not want to take that kind of risk. And you see, take a look. Yunha is just literally all around the place, and Nightcroft. Oh, the nice wall prison.
Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up? There's none. S9 has to come in for Tempo Turbulence. This might be able to take out one. They do. Is it? Oh, that comes back to life. I think Maz had the Phoenix. Yunha was trying to go back in, but my Brazil is so low, and if you're Mamazita, you don't want to overcommit. Maz is just going to lifesteal off the creeps.
That was so close. The thing is, wow, we do have Beldam that actually saved. They actually saved Murad because of the Judgment Blade. Murad was in range of Nightcroft's Judgment Blade, and because of the Wild Prison, Murad was able to get away from all of that, and he managed to live to see another day. So it was impressive coming in from Beldam, and once again, it's really Beldam that's doing the work.
Yunha buying so much time to Tempo Turbulence. Yunha is probably going to go down here. Ooh, actually that ultimate keeping him alive. Lucy, where's the CC? Where's the follow-up? At least they've isolated S9. Tempo Turbulence blinks back out. My Brazil trying to turn back around, trying to at least CC, so zone somebody out, but can't really do that. The Beldam trying to imprisonment. Everything has spiffed on the Beldam side. And Mamazita, they're out of gas. They have to back off. But over there, you look at Elise still trying to chip at least one person down. They want to catch somebody. They want an anti-climatic team fight. And Elsu is just going to poke. Try to find something, but looks like they will still be playing around the Dark Slayer. Yunha having a bit of a gentleman's view of Chalen, but of course Rose was saying, hey, do I go in?
I mean, he does have Nature's Realm again, so he's not afraid of dying.
The TP.
He's not afraid of dying at all. He can go in and tank all he wants, and he can regenerate all his health back thanks to Nature's Realm. So, with that said, the Dark Slayer has been killed, and we do have the Drake onto Nightcroft now. He's flying all the way to clear his own jungle. I do not see the need of doing that anymore because you have full gold and full EXP. So, full level, I mean.
Could be re-itemizing, you never know.
Perhaps. Because he can actually sell away his Omni Arms for something else. Maybe a Fenrir's Tooth, or maybe Phoenix.
Nina, you need to start joining your team, man.
He doesn't have Phoenix? I thought he had Phoenix. But it's okay. We do have Nature's Realm that's going to be used by Yibanef. And looks like Wild Prison is going to be right onto Yunha. So, my Brazil, HP is low. What can he possibly do? Shock coming in from Marlock. Just going to put himself in the hearts of the entire enemy. All of them is still alive except for Zuka. But Beldam, HP is extremely low. Elise gets the kill right onto Marlock. And we're going to be left with 3 men. Make that 2. Talon in quite a pinch. My Brazil really rushing into the enemy? Is that really what you want to do?
I don't think so. I think this is it. That was the desperate play. Trying to throw her body in, but the Drake will get the mid tower. They will get the top as well. This is the core. This is game 1 going to EVOS in the Grand Final Series.
Congratulations to EVOS 7TREASURE. That's game 1. with 3 is to 13. Now that is quite a show. We finally see S9 losing out in the Murad.
EVOS looking so strong, dude. Like, I don't even know. These girls are on a whole different level compared to Mamazita. And I didn't expect that. The S9 Murad, you know, we were hyping it up saying that that girl has not lost a single game on that hero. But now here she is. She dropped at last, like 1-4-1. EVOS, I guess they figured out how to play against it.
Well, it's pretty apparent that, you know, Murad needs jungle camp. So as long as you take over the jungles, there's really nothing that Murad can do.
I think what's impressive here is the fact that they let her farm, but when every time S9 showed up, they would just put 3 heroes in front of her and like trying to like jump me, I dare you, jump me. And then she realizes like, okay, wait a minute, I have to go back to the jungle. And after she goes back in, she comes back out, and then once again they put 3 heroes in her face. They're like, what? What you want? What you want? Come at me.
It is unfortunate. It is really unfortunate for S9, and it could. Who knows? I believe that EVOS Esports probably made the rotation, or rather made their decision on being really aggressive in the early game just because they have a Murad. So maybe Murad will be banned for the next game, just so that, you know, EVOS don't have to play that kind of aggression again, and they can play something that they're more comfortable with.
I actually feel that if you're Mamazita, you have to ban the Elsu, because the Elsu does so much in lane. Like, even if you don't go for the creep, she just keep poking and poking away your opponent in the lane, and that's a lane immediately won. Alright, so there we go. That was game 1 and that best of 5. EVOS, they find the opening point. Can they get number 2? Or will Mamazita strike back? Stay tuned, see you guys later.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game 2 of the grand finals between EVOS 7TREASURE versus Mamazita. We ended game number 1 with EVOS 7TREASURE milking down Mamazita. Unfortunately, even though we have S9 playing Murad, she wasn't really able to fully utilize her skill sets, unfortunately. We'll see eventually how exactly Mamazita wants to play the game against EVOS 7TREASURE for this second round. My name is Abstract, with me here is Hades once again, and we are your casters for the rest of these grand finals.
Yo, what's up, guys? Alright, so this time they're gonna open up with the Taana's pick. With a bit of different priorities. Taana's Beldam. No, I like how EVOS just deliberately left the Murad there, saying like, okay, yo, here's your hero, take it. It's like, let's see what you do different. And they have to be feeling so confident at the moment. Obviously, we had a slightly longer break, so both teams can discuss how to approach this game in terms of draft. I still find it amazing how they just first ban Fennec, like they don't care what else comes out. I mean, besides the Darcy ban, of course.
Why Fennec? I would really want to know. Why Fennec? Okay, it's driving me insane. But anyways, so what's coming up next? They do have a Sephora pick. Unfortunately, Darcy has been banned. It could, they can pick up. It's kind of like the same thing, remember? I mean, Sephora, Varus, and
you
Darcy.
are giving away the heroes which they just used to win game 1. If anything, it's the last 2 picks which will be slightly different. After all, it's Mamazita who has to adjust, not EVOS. So we're gonna see if EVOS can take this game. Unless Mamazita has actually figured out how to play against this regarding that draft. So they're going for the Yena pick this time. Alright. So maybe we'll see a good Yena game from Mamazita.
They're gonna steal away that Yena away from Elise now. So we are lacking of junglers from both sides. So there is a possibility that both teams will actively ban out junglers. And what do you think? Would EVOS actually bother to ban Murad?
I think no, they don't even care. Banning out the Kilgraph. I actually wonder why they banned Kilgraph.
Beats me as well.
I mean, I would have liked to see just one game just to know why they banned it. Because we don't know much about the hero. Like we haven't seen it at all. We've just seen it banned
in this action. In the action, it's sure Kilgraph deals great damage, and some you would really not want to see him go insane and use his ults on you. So that's just pure DPS coming from Kilgraph. But anyways, Liliana is gonna be banned out as well. I'm expecting a Narcroft ban incoming. Lindis could still be possible to be banned, but it really depends on what kind of heroes that they are more intimidated by. Because there is still a possibility for EVOS 7TREASURE to pick up any form of junglers. You can have Alsu and Lindis together, but very unlikely though.
Feels like the EVOS are just banning heroes for the sake of banning them at this point, because Liliana ban, well, judging from how the previous game went, I actually feel it's okay to give the hero away. They ban out the Crixie as well, so I mean, back to my point, like regarding the Liliana pick, we saw like even if you give S9 like the Liliana, I don't think it's gonna have much impact, because they just have to play that. We just have to make sure they get in her face, make sure that her rotations don't work out, and then this way you control the mid game. Because they're confident enough in their laning player, like the players who actually stay in the lane, to actually win the lane, and that's the big difference. Which is, most of these teams like Mamazita, they rely so much on the rotations, not so much in laning. EVOS has both. I would say they actually specialize in both, hence their dominance throughout the early to mid game. Alright, Xenial. Double tank
and
setup.
Beldum? Interesting. Well, interesting.
I think this is S9's way of, hey, if I'm going in, I want a tank to at least die for me.
Okay, so what's gonna be missing? Telenas is going to go to the Abyssal Dragon, Yina in the Dark Slayer. They just need... Maybe Yina won't even go to the Dark Slayer anymore. I do not understand this lineup. Yina mid?
I mean, if we don't understand it, they don't understand it, neither will EVOS.
Possibly, yeah.
Omen and Kriknak. Okay, I like the Kriknak pick. It's also a deny pick, which makes sure that S9 can't play that Kriknak. So what are the other S9 heroes that we know of?
I don't quite know who S9 is gonna play, but so far S9 has been playing junglers, right? So understandably, we will need to see a jungler, and that could be Nacroft. Nacroft could be one of them. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Enzo. We'll see Quillen. Quillen would be nice to see, to be honest.
I haven't seen an Enzo pick like actually succeed. We've seen it once, but it was so underwhelming that it lost. We didn't even notice the heroes in the game.
Wait, there was?
I think there was one. Was it? Oh no, maybe I remember wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was a ban instead, but okay. That proves my point still, that we haven't seen a single Enzo pick, so Enzo or Quillen I feel like. Nacroft is also likely, but at this point, I think you stick with something out of the box. EVOS seem to know whatever they go for, it makes no difference.
Out of the box, we can talk about Butterfly. We can talk about Zill.
Violet. Wait, so who
Right. Okay.
I mean,
But
double marksman?
yeah.
Okay, double marksman, double tank.
Right, so Violet goes to the jungle, right? Violet goes to jungle. Tanas goes to Abyssal Dragon. Who's going mid? Yina? Does Yina actually go mid?
I mean, I guess Mamazita is like, alright, we are forced to show our hand. Let's go.
This is something. What if this lineup is actually the main heroes? What if this is actually the one tricks?
So you mean like this is the next form?
Yeah.
The second evolution?
Yeah, you know how anime is always like, this guy is strong, this guy is weak, and suddenly this guy evolves, and then this guy later evolves again.
So basically Ichigo. Yes. Alright, that's okay. I can see where this is going. I can get on that train. You never know. I mean, if you guys happen to know something, do let us know in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. After all, this is the FSL qualifier for Thailand. And in the FSL circuit, don't forget we have other countries as well. Winner qualifies for the main event at Comex, the esports festival in Singapore in September. So a lot at stake. Obviously, you want to be fighting for your pride, not only right now the national pride, but also for basically the regional pride, saying that, hey, we are the best team. So, now the question is, who are you rooting for? You think EVOS got this, or are you thinking Mamazita?
Unfortunately, due to the fact that, okay, you know what? I'm gonna root for the underdog. I'm gonna root for Mamazita because it's just not a lineup that you would typically see. You don't quite see Zenel and Beldam together. You don't quite see Violet and Talanas together. Like, what exactly is in their minds? I would really want to know. And in the meantime here, it does seem like Mamazita has started off with an aggressive start, and they immediately put Varus into her into where she come from, and HP go all the way down. But Varus, okay, so Varus is going to go to the Abyssal Dragon lane alongside with Zenel. So Zenel is in Abyssal Dragon, Violet is in the jungle, Talanas in the middle lane, and Yina, understandably, in the Dark Slayer lane. So, what have you got to say for a Talanas mid?
I think it's okay because is that hero. This is a very classic like pub matchup, so I don't think they have too much to really adjust from. They will try. Like, I think this is quite pointless to put the Elsu because usually Elsu is meant to, like, you know, bomb these like mages, negate their impact. But this hero is gonna be farming anyways. It means that you actually allow your side lanes with better matchups.
In some occasions, teams do prefer to put their Elsu in the middle lane. In some occasions, and so far we've seen 2 Elsus that hit to the middle lane. So I guess it's a break of a meta now. A small little break. It has been seen before, but it's not that often. It's not that often.
Just messing around with the Beldam, as usual. Trying to negate his impact in this early game. Yina has to try and out from Delucy, but Delucy's had the advantage this entire time.
Varus was at the bottom lane just now, and not too sure how come she relegated herself to the top lane. In the meantime, Kratos will go down, and unfortunate for Violet, she wasn't able to snipe that Kratos away.
Came close, but she was like half a second too slow.
Yeah.
So, okay, it will be the S9 Violet. Let's see if she can get the impact which they so deeply desire.
We are waiting for the moment of truth, whereby the mid lane engagement will happen. There's not much of early game team fights going along with this game and many other games, to be honest. But it just pretty much means that in this game, all teams, they just prefer to get their ultimate before going to team fight. They value their life and they do not want to give away free kills. They're now going in for the Malice right onto Sephra. Sephra is completely out of position, and I believe that she's able to get herself away with Sprint. A good movement ability, and now she's safe and sound.
I think they're okay with the way this game is going. Chaylin will just go back, doesn't have any mana to spam her spells. Space Star, however, has been scattered. Elite trying to jump in, dive around to the tier 1 tower. Yunhai trying to go follow up as well. Where's the stun? Where's the CC? But Space Star is very tanky. This is a Xenial after all. So, a failed attempt. And looks like, you know, Mamazita, they do okay. This is what they need to do to weather the pressure, but it doesn't solve the dilemma of where's the damage source going to come from.
Oh, that sniper actually hit Talanas. But okay, interestingly, here in the top lane, it does seem like we do have Delucy trying to fend off against Rimu as well as S9. Seems to be doing pretty well, to be honest. Managed to bring Rimu all the way down to about 30% HP. And for Violet, she's just going to go back and continue farming.
She's the highest level here in the game right now, level 7. But the game is still 0-0, 4 minutes in.
Yeah, the game is going pretty slow. The only reason why Violet is level 7 is due to the fact that she's been constantly farming in her jungles and is uncontested. There's no ratings whatsoever coming in from EVOS 7TREASURE, which we should have seen in most other games. This time, they're just going to leave it to S9. Just give it to S9. They don't really care about what's gonna happen.
I think this is okay because in the end, it means that she's not under so much pressure as to carry the game from the mid game. She is the win condition for the late game. So okay, this way you prioritize more farm on her. Now the TP comes in. I think they want to try and fight. Siege weapons have been deployed. Frozen Kiss to trying to fight somebody. My Brazil might be able to jump into Yunhao. Where's the follow-up? Rimu trying to go in, but S9 over the bottom lane. They dive Delucy. They get the first blood of the game. Much needed. So S9, 2.7k net worth, and this is that carry we were looking for.
We've finally seen the first kill incoming for this game. A really nice snipe coming in from Frozen Kid. So once again, Ryumu just pretty much trying to fend off the middle lane. But in the meantime, bottom lane, it does seem like drone drop coming in straight from Quick Knight. Isn't gonna bring him anywhere. HP is low. Gets away with a sliver of health.
Oh my god.
Zenel is unable to close that gap and unable to dish out their final burst of damage.
And now you know why they need the double tanks, so that they can do this kind of cocky, confident plays under the tower dives. Because when you get these kind of plays, and S9 has lesser pressure to actually do the rotations herself, she can just come in and clean up shop because they're just that confident in her mechanical skill. With Tawanas, now it's her turn to be clearing out the jungle. And Violet is the one who'll be looking to pressure the tower. So actually, it's kind of like a pseudo marksman from the jungler role.
That is
which
right.
makes a lot more sense, and I'm liking this, this adaptation in EVOS. Can they adapt in time? Because for the first time in a long time, they are the ones behind in net worth.
Correct. The net worth difference is about 1,000 gold. It's not too much, but if EVOS were to make any mistake, then it could be the
Oh,
demise.
Yunha, the charge, the toss it back. Where's the follow-up? S9.
Tide of Life coming in from Sephira, definitely saves
Elise
her life.
coming in, trying to get that counter kill.
Wild Prison, not good actually, I'll say. That Wild Prison might not be very good, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. In the end, it does seem like they are still able to get a kill right onto Omen.
Dude, look at how tanky Space Star is. Like, the Elsu does no damage. You broke the shield, but it's okay. It comes back up soon. These shields are meant to be broken. And now it looks like they want to dive the tower. Okay, tower goes down. Space Star.
That flicker though.
Wanted to smash away. And Delucy, they do get removed.
It is one kill for Team EVOS at long last. The Darkslayer is now available for
Violet
taking.
just soloed the next Abyssal Dragon. They were trying to kill Maz. Quick Knight can't do anything.
Yep, the damage is too high at this moment in time as well. But right now, the double marksman is pretty much working in favor of Mamazita.
But that's because you have two heroes who don't farm. You take the laning phase, they just get the EXP, they get the levels and a bit of farm, they're good to go. They're the ones just going around, while the other two just take up every single camp.
Yunha making her way to the top lane. Meanwhile, the entirety of Team Mamazita making their way to the top lane, possibly except for Yina. She has to defend bottom lane. But here we have Delucy completely displaced by the wild charge.
Adding one more to the tally. She wants to collect some scalps, will she get it?
The turret will now go down. Mamazita has got 3 turrets down for themselves, and in the meantime, bottom lane, Omen just going to continue his fight.
TPN, Space Star.
Angelic Splendor coming in from Zenel and just going to clear things off right onto Omen, and there is absolutely nothing that Omen could do.
Dude, Mamazita's global presence is insane. EVOS, you have to be worried because they're not adapting well. If anything, they are the ones on the back foot because their game plan is not working in the slightest bit. Whatever can go wrong is going wrong for them. So now Mamazita, they will press the advantage. They've taken 2 Abyssal Dragons now. Probably looking for a Dark Slayer next. But 35 seconds, maybe they'll just wait for the next Abyssal Dragon first. I think they are waiting for, might be looking to set up a trap. They're just checking, hey, are there any jungle camps left? Maybe you can take those.
I actually think that EVOS has a early game matchup, which I would have thought that Mamazita would have their back against the wall instead. Because double marksman, where are you gonna find your damage output? But in the end, it does seem like everything is working out pretty well, with Violet currently at 5.9k gold, 6.1k now, with Clay Sancti, Mr. Stabby, as well as Rank Breaker. So that's it. We are looking at a wild charge coming in from my Brazil and to Yunha, but the Tide of Life is just going to bring her away from all of the danger. Malleus right on to Sephira once again, but it seems that there will be no follow-ups whatsoever, and they are going to continue on with their objective onto Kratos.
Alright, so we get another Abyssal Dragon. I think it's just the way they rotate it, like who is farming. It's so good. Like they usually look at Tawanas. Now it's Yina's time to farm. They understand that, hey, they understand that there's only so many resources on the map. If all 3 cores take turns to farm while the other is out there creating space, it's just the way that they're allocating this time slots. It's really smart, and at the same time, so hard to do. So you can tell that Mamazita, these girls, they've stepped up. They're not the same team they were in game 1.
Yeah, they do have a current rotation, and speaking of the rotation, we are getting Yina bringing herself all the way down with the double skill
Maz, they actually kill Star, busting out that pesky tank. But this is this is also where the tanks just don't scale as well right now as we enter past 10-minute mark.
They are going to be literally a lump of meat that doesn't deal much damage later part of the game.
Hopefully that's not the case.
I hope so, yes. In this case, we do have 2 lumps of meat coming in from Mamazita. They have to end the game as soon as they can, but it's okay because they have double marksman, I guess. And here we have Rimu completely dead. Angelic Splendor coming in by Zendel, completely knocking everyone up in the air with Malleus, and looks like they are turning the fight away. And it does seem like Elsu will be able to get a kill on the Yuna, unfortunately. While Prison, unfortunately, wasn't able to do anything.
Lucy's in trouble. S9 coming from the back.
Ooh. Alice, HP down.
Please?
Another one, shot after shot. S9 stood no chance against Omen and was completely frightened.
Oh, that could have gone better though. Like if Mamazita were just a little bit more patient, they could have actually potentially wiped the enemy team right there. But S9 got a bit too trigger happy, just went straight for the nearest target. Otherwise, I felt like she could have gotten way more from that. So 3-0 and 1. They'll take it. They'll take a tier 2. They'll take actually 2 tier 2s.
Blue team tower has been destroyed.
Here we have both turrets down in just a matter of seconds. Top lane and middle lane is completely destroyed now, and I believe that the team of Mamazita would want to focus down more on the objectives at the bottom lane. In the meantime, Dark Slayer by Team Mamazita. Really, it's really objectives after objectives, and this is starting to look really scary. We do have 5 turrets down for Mamazita and 3 Abyssal Dragon, 1 Dark Slayer. On the flip side, EVOS only have 1 Dark Slayer, and the difference is about 5,000 gold. Pretty huge.
And they get 1 more Abyssal Dragon, so just extending their gold lead.
This is looking grim for EVOS 7TREASURE, and now Mamazita should have should possibly be really delighted. And hey, I guess that this really is their hidden weapon after all. Respect bans will be coming up soon from Team EVOS Esports if they were to actually
Drake to the bottom lane.
Violet is just knocking the life out of the turret, and so is Telenas. Both of them is outside the range of the turret, and they can deal that kind of damage. So the turret really is in a lot of danger. Take a look at Telenas, literally using Eagle Eye, getting all the damage down onto Yuna. We're gonna have the Tide of Life coming in from Sephora, so no more sustainability over there. In the meantime, Venom coming in from Varus wasn't able to get herself away, and we do have Backtrack coming in from Frozen Kiss, wasn't able to get herself away, and just like that, the core! The damage on the core is literally so high.
What a disaster. Xenial, Space Star deserves an MVP for this game. Look at that. Top lane, she alone was keeping 2 heroes from EVOS there. So there was no way they could TP back. I think they tried to port out, but then she just went straight in, bam, cancelled the TPs, and they had to commit to the fight. And by then it was a 3v4, including a Drake. Oh, that's just crazy stuff. So EVOS, it's their turn to get bodied completely by Mamazita. So I like the way they adapted their game plan this time. Great stuff. So no surprise, Space Star MVP. Like I said, she played phenomenal. Alright, so there we go. That was game 2. I'm Hades, this is Abstract. We have potentially 3 more games in this best of 5 grand finals. This is the FSL circuit Thai qualifiers. See you guys later.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the FSL circuit for the Thailand qualifiers under AOV. We're looking at game number 2. Sorry, game number 3.
Feels bad, man. I know you failed math, but I didn't expect it to be that bad.
Mamazita versus Mamazita. Mamazita versus EVOS. With 1:1.
Questionable, but
it's like things are going on with my brains, and my
they're
brains
still
are
sticking
not
with the
functioning.
Beldum. So will they still stick with the dual tank setup? We saw what happened. I'm surprised that EVOS didn't ban the Xenial this time. Maybe they're thinking of picking it up, unless they came up with their own approach to dealing with it.
I really want to know, why are they banning Fennec?
Maybe it's just a good hero, dude. Maybe it's just a good hero. Just that you don't like it. Just saying, man.
We'll have Sephora and Elsu being picked up here from EVOS.
They're actually gonna run Beldum Yibanef. I don't know. I liked the Xenial pick. I think it was great. Like, we saw how good that was when it comes to global presence. Just come in, heal, bang, and actually she almost survived in the last game. So I don't know why they want to change that. I think it's a good opener which forces EVOS to pay attention to it. But you know, I've been proven wrong before. Let's hope I'm proven wrong again this game. They never fail to surprise me. Alright, so Sephira, Elsu, what's next up for Yunha? We know that Mage is coming out.
Sephira could be the mage. Unless they want to go for Varus again. Krieg, Nak, Murad, Varus, Nakroth.
Waiting to see which one of these teams will pick up the Scud. Nakroth comes out, so that's probably going to be Maz's hero.
Okay, so we know that Frozen Kiss is going to get the Elsu. But I'm kind of surprised that Team Mamazita didn't really go for the ban on Elsu and Sephira because they have been constantly using it. And EVOS have been abusing the fact that this game isn't global ban. If it's global ban pick, we won't even be seeing that Sephira and Elsu over and over again. And now, well, they're just constantly using it. So, you know, Mamazita, something's gotta be done.
Alright, so how about you explain, just in case you guys are not sure what global ban pick is. What is global ban pick?
Global ban pick basically means that if you have picked a specific hero, like for example, for game 1, you have picked Sephira, you are not allowed to pick Sephira all the way until the last game. So basically, you are disabled from using the same hero in that team. So what can happen is that EVOS can pick Sephira for game 1. But for game 2, they can ban Sephira so that they can deny the Sephira away from Team Mamazita, for example. So that is what global ban pick is. So most of the time, you'll see a lot of a diversity of heroes. Heroes are constantly being changed about. So you won't be seeing the same heroes over and over again. But the introduction of global ban pick practically means that there is a lot more thinking involved if whether my team composition is good or not, because you have this basic composition and then once you are done with that game, you cannot use that composition again. You have to think of a brand new composition, and in the same time you have to draft according to what your enemies have picked or banned. So that's why global ban pick is really difficult.
Alright. But okay, now the various picks comes out. Looks like we're gonna be swapping to the caster scene a little bit because we have a bit of tech issues regarding the audio, so don't worry about it, don't be alarmed guys. You can look at our faces just for a tiny while more. It's only gonna be like maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds, maybe shorter, you never know. And okay, let's see this. I mean, I can hear the audio, so audio is working fine.
Oh. Let me just...
I think we're good. Slims, Crixie. Slims? I haven't seen the Slims yet, so...
Okay.
Pocket Strat S9?
Okay, for... okay. I don't know if whether we have the in-game audio.
It's definitely been a long day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these teams... I mean, I can only imagine how tired they are. We are tired too, because it's been like 7 hours of casting now. And let's see, Slims S9. Is Slims a marksman hero? Or is it a jungler?
Slims is a marksman hero, and you don't really see Slims in.
Exactly, like I have not seen this hero picked at all. So is this the part where okay, looks like they want to pick the Xenial up.
Why would it pick Slims though? They can go for Morin even. Morin over Slims, but it does seem like, you know what? I'm just going to shut up and watch exactly how Mamazita is gonna play this out. Tell on us, Slims, Crixie, Yibbeneth, and Beldam. Okay, interesting. On the other hand, Sephira, Varus, Nakroth, Elsu, and Xenial. That is going to be the pick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into the game, we're just going to go in for a really short break, a short technical break. We'll be back in after a minute or so. So stick back in, stick back here, and we'll be back with the game.
See you guys after the ads.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. We did not lose much information or much scenes, so do not worry. Alright, so what has happened basically is just 1 minute in, and teams are going about with their daily grind on creeps and neutral camps. So for those people that just came in, let's just go through with the hero lineup. We do have Slims that's actually going to be playing in the jungle. Beldam that will be roaming about. Ibanez will be the one at the Darkslayer lane, followed by Crixie in middle lane and Telenas at the Abyssal Dragon lane. On the flip side, we do have Elsu that's gonna be in the Abyssal Dragon lane, a little bit of a difference here. Sephira and Varus will be in middle lane. Zenel will be at the Darkslayer lane, and of course Nakroff will be here from the jungle. Looks like the Judgment Blade coming in from Nakroff didn't really work quite well onto Ibanez, unfortunately for them, or else they could have gotten the kill. But never mind that, we'll be seeing Slims joining in to the top lane with Ibanez to try to get a kill onto Elise, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be the case for now.
Kinda cool how we see like these role swaps now, like Space Star, she was playing the tank the earlier game, now Rose is playing the Ibanez. Chaylin, who was usually playing the marksman, now on the Chris. I guess they just want to make sure she plays the mid lane always. But S9 on this, the what again? What do you call him again? I forgot his name. Skins?
Slims?
Slims.
There is so much versatility coming in from the teams, and it's just something that I'm pretty amused with. I thought that there would be typically, oh, I'm gonna play this hero, I'm gonna stick to whatever this hero is, and it just seems like this is a little bit different. Like for example S9, I thought that it's just going to be jungle assassins, but it just seems like S9 is capable of even playing jungle marksmen. So do note that positioning for for assassins and marksmen is completely different, and thus it's going to be very, very different, and it does seem like S9 might be able to make full use of that.
Alright, so just taking the buff, seeing if S9 can replicate the success that Greedy play. Actually worked out the last time, just that her teammates had to sacrifice more resources. I mean, I'm still very confused how Slims works, because I've never seen this hero ever in competitive play. That's how rare this hero is.
Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing Slims in competitive play as well. It's really all about the arrows. The game is the game probably is more, you know, very dependent on S9's arrow. As long as he's able to land a good arrow, then all is good. The thing about Slims is that he's able to bring down really good amount of mobility and damage at the same time. In the meantime, here in middle lane, Dustin and Rose just gonna come straight into the middle of the group and just gonna use Nature's Grasp to get himself, Nature's Realm.
Wow.
Trying to defend a little bit. Not able to do quite much.
It actually took a long time to kill the tower because of Rose being there.
And it's kind of surprising that Rose did not die as well. I understand that there's a certain amount of sustainability coming in from Ibanez, but it does seem like he's just able to do exactly what we all see. Stuck his thumb in the middle of all the opponents and just stand there and use his ult. Amazing. Here we have Wall Charge going to be used by Brazil. Chaylin activating her ultimate, but unfortunately Yunha and Dilusi will get away from that proximity while it is active after all. So all the players coming in from Mamazita, it does seem like they are just minding their own business. They just want to farm as much as possible and do not want to engage with the opponent as much.
Alright, so things are still very quiet. It's only been one kill on the kill score. Both teams gonna be chilling a little bit as Dilusi playing around with this Beldam, who's still trying to find initiation, but as usual, Mamazita will be playing around the Abyssal Dragon. As you know, obviously you want this for the EXP and the global team gold. But Yunha coming in off the wall, tries to steal. Chaylin will get that last hit. So they secure themselves another objective, although Yunha is still trying to press the advantage, seeing if they can bait. I'm gonna try to maybe force Chaylin to the side. I don't think she knows that Dilusi and Maze are there.
It's hard to tell what's going on. Oh, the arrow almost hit someone here. But my Brazil is waiting for the perfect opportunity to go in. He did manage to activate Wall Stomp, and Dilusi even went in with Venom. It's kind of a waste of Venom, but it's alright as long as he's able to get away safe. And of course, we do have Telenas as well as Slims. They're all congregating here in the middle lane, and it does seem like they are able to push EVOS back. And this could very possibly be the way that they will want to play it out. They have middle lane all for themselves in to a certain extent. Yunha and Frozen Kiss is still around, and they have been moving a lot.
Feels like they are trying to replicate whatever Mamazita did in the previous game, but it's definitely not working out for them because at least wasted that ultimate. And now it's going to cost them quite a bit, which means that, you know, if you're Mamazita, you just do what you want to do right now. You don't have to worry about that global presence, the global ganks. But EVOS trying to steal the golem. Looks like they might succeed here. S9 realizes this and tries to get some damage out. MyBrazil coming in, but just a bit too late.
A random Slims comes out of absolutely nowhere. 3.7k. And the item that he has is pretty much just Urban Select as well as the Hurricane Bow. So this is the main foundation of what Slims is. Eventually his attack speed will go extremely high. Look at this, he was able to lead himself away from all of the danger and also get a nice stun.
Right, so Dark Slayer just spawned. Alright, so MyBrazil in between two heroes, trying to get a bit of CC out, but S9 is still trying to just keep on farming up the next item. I think she realizes that, hey, there's no need to really worry. If they're going to be running in our faces, just let me farm up, take out the camps, and then I'll come in with just some big weapons from my arsenal and like, just dish the deeps out. There's no real pressure to actually try and make anything happen. But one more Abyssal Dragon to add to the title. Space Star goes down, destroyed by Frozen Kiss on that Elsu.
It's really sad for EVOS at this point of time. Sorry, it's very sad for Mamazita at this point of time because they really need Talanas to get farmed up. And it does seem like here in the middle lane, we do have Nakrov in a really bad state. HP is extremely low, tries to get himself away, but the good thing is Nakrov does have a couple of lifesteal, so he should be able to be still around the map, even though he's low in HP.
19.2k to the 18.7, still very even on EVOS. They're walking a very thin line. MyBrazil trying to reinitiate here to go for the pincer maneuver, but Delucy is tanky and quite hard to kill.
Delucy literally don't even care about the Wild Stomp coming in from MyBrazil, and that is honestly pretty hilarious. Frozen Kiss, Yunha, and Delucy is just gonna put themselves here in the middle lane, and we do have Yibaneth gonna be soaking up all of the damage. Where are our dear old marksmen? It's gonna be a 3 versus 5 if S9 and Star don't come in close, but it does seem like they are able to be here now. It is 5 against 5 sometime soon, and this could be the biggest fight that that might change the tides of the game. Oh no.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh no.
Blue team? Game? Game?
Oh no.
What's happening here?
Typically, that wouldn't happen. But anyways, we're looking here now. I hope that everything is okay. I thought that the wall of water coming in from Yunha would have stunned a lot of people, but we're just gonna put that on the side. I have yet to see the Wild Prison coming in from MyBrazil for this game yet, and they really should use the Wild Prism a little bit more so that they are able to isolate one hero and try to get that kill against that specific hero. Like for example here, we have Yunha or Delucy or heck, even Nakrov. But the thing is, even though they look spaced out, they are actually pretty close. They can go for those tight rotation. What is that Angelic Splendor?
Jumping into mass might be what they needed. Can you kill Elise?
Wild Prison? Do you have Wild Prison today? And Wild Charge today? There we have Wild Charge, displacement onto Elise. The damage coming from S9 is not that much.
Oh, the heal!
Malius really gave
creating
him all
so
the
much
heal.
space, they can't kill her!
And here in the top lane though, we do have Shaylin and Rose. They want to find a way to defend against EVOS. But here we have Maz. Maz is coming in soon, I believe. Piercing shot coming in, the spear doesn't really hit anywhere. Rose doesn't really activate Nature's Realm just here to save himself. But here we have the ultimate coming in from Chrissy as well as the Eagle Eye from Telenas. Nothing is gonna happen. The Wild Prison coming in from MyBrazil completely misses all of the opponents as well. So that is... whew.
And Maz goes straight to the Abyssal Dragon, trying to get them a big advantage. The game is still dead even, both sides unable to kill anybody. I mean, it's 10 minutes in, we only have 2 kills. That's how even this game is. It's not like both teams haven't tried, it is just that even.
They are they're afraid of losing, or rather, they're afraid of losing a single man for this part of the game. Because, like you said, the game is even. If anyone makes a mistake, it's gonna tip the balance, and the game would probably spiral out of control from that point on. And here we have the Dark Slayer is available to be taken.
Brazil is lone. They got a jumper. They got to commit.
Does he have prison? No, he doesn't have wall prison. The spear has yet to land on someone, I believe. Waiting for the right time for the spear to hit someone. But at this point in time, S9 has got pretty good damage. 16 as well as Clave's Sanctite. 7.2k gold right now. The only one that beats Slims is going to be Nakroth with 7.9k. With Omni Arms as well as Rank Breaker. And this is a disengage from EVOS once again. They really do not dare to fight. They do not dare to overextend themselves or even underestimate the opponents.
Xenial versus Ibanez, that's got to be the most quiet like duel ever. Two healers just like hitting each other. It's like, hey, no, I'll slap you with tissue. And now my turn to slap you with tissue. Let's see what happens. They do take the tier 2 tower. Benjamin misses, trying to jump into My Brazil, but My Brazil charging in, gets displaced onto the Lucy, who does run away. EVOS now trying to disengage, and Mamazita just not able to find anything. But maybe in the middle lane, trying for the flank, trying to jump here into Rose. And Rose will run into her teammate's loving arms. So no one dies once again. 12 minutes, 2 kills.
The disengagement ability coming in from Team EVOS 7TREASURE is really out of this world. Alice even has got the global presence with Angelic Splendor to get her to anywhere she wants, and that is the problem. EVOS, they are able to move really fast. They have great mobility, and also they have Sephra, right? So with the help of Sephra, they can definitely disengage really fast with the wide range of Wall of Water. So,
more Abyssal Dragon going down.
How about the Dark Slayer though? The Wall of Water just gonna stun onto My Brazil for now. Eagle Eye has been used by Space Star, won't be available for the next 8 seconds here. And, well, Dark Slayer is just going to be completely uncontested. No one's gonna care about the Dark Slayer. Dilucy and Yunha is here around the vicinity, as I think My Brazil is pretty much doing more of a scouting job.
Man, they actually killed Rose, so the Ibanez is down.
Oh!
Mamazita, a bit low in numbers at the moment.
Are they gonna dive this onto Yuna? But Tide of Life has been used by Yunha. That's one thing. And My Brazil gets herself away. But how about Shaylin? The Wild Prison misses the 3rd time in a row. And this is probably going to be really, really bad. As Dilucy comes in close onto My Brazil. Could this finally be the next kill incoming? As Crixie goes down, the snipe incoming onto My Brazil completely misses, unfortunately. The spear comes in from S9, and S9 just joins in the fray. Tries to get a kill on Dilucy and Yunha, but does not overestimate her abilities and completely move backwards. Doesn't want to get a kill on Dilucy, doesn't want to get a kill on Yunha. There's a lot of respect to give it.
I actually find this very funny how the Xenial is like trying to rat, and then so is Nakroth, but the Nakroth is mostly farming the enemy jungle camps. They get the Dark Slayer, so maybe this is where they try to split push the lane.
I think this is the time.
Wait, who had the Drake? Who got the Drake?
Nakroth.
Okay, this makes more sense because then Nakroth can rat, and then this way the rest of them just commit to one lane. I think it's about time Xenial actually like joins the team.
When exactly is the big fight gonna be? Because it is still 0-4. There's not a lot of assists going on. There's just like really a lot of deaths, and we do have the Drake being summoned at the top lane. So the Drake is gonna be like the tank-ish. And Zenel is gonna push down in the bottom lane. Just gonna renegade some rotation coming from Rose and S9. Middle lane, they do have some clearance. And I believe that is going to be Nakroth's job. But they're going to attack the enraged Kratos and not gonna care about the Drake. They do have Yunha, Frozen Kiss, and Dilucy though, so I'm not sure whether that is gonna be any kind of importance.
S9 trying to solo the Drake by herself. My Brazil also here to tank in front. Drake goes down. Now they're going to commit to the fight. Elsu trying for the flick snipe. Doesn't really use it, cancels it at the last second. Meanwhile, other two lanes pushing in, but I don't like how Xenio is ratting. I just said it multiple times. I think this is a huge waste. EVOS are not putting pressure. They think they are, but this is a false illusion. Alright, so Rose?
Maybe that's the whole point. A false illusion. To force a rotation. Maybe, perhaps.
I don't think so, man. I think that if the Xenio just stuck with the team, they would have kept it alive. But now the Lucy goes down. Mamazita, this could be the comeback. Pushing for more. Look at that. Xenio and Ibanez. What are you supposed to do? None of these guys do any damage. At least cannot rat. Why are you trying to split push with a healer?
Well, I guess the only consolation that Zanel has.
Okay, that's like using a chisel to slowly poke away. I'm not even a chisel, using a toothpick to poke at the tower and like, I'm gonna slowly get this. But you can't even get to the tower.
Well, the consolation is that he does have Mantle of Ra, so that's one thing. But other than that, there's really nothing else. I guess all she want to do is to keep the constant flow of creeps onto the turret, so that there must always be one person at the bottom lane. And because of the fact that there is not much mobility, but we're just gonna hold that thought for a little bit, as we do see the Wild Prison bring down the Mass and Elise. Mass will be able to get himself away just right on time, but in the meantime, the Nature's Realm coming from Rose, just gonna bring herself back all the way full HP, and telling us, having that much amount of damage. Beldam goes down, unfortunately, but how about Ibanez? Ibanez down in half HP now. Completely destroyed. Two tanks coming in from Mamazita is now gone. Gonna be left with S9, Shaylin, and Star.
Well, they did take the tower at least, so EVOS, they have an advantage. Now they need to press.
Shaylin
trying for the initiation.
No way.
Shaylin actually gets destroyed. It's 1-for-1. But Maz, I think she had...
Yeah, he does have Phoenix.
Phoenix will back up. And still go. Yunha actually ends up going down. That's
S9
just
though. He still have Phoenix as well.
Elise is so
Whoa!
tanky. Oh my god, S9 destroyed by that Nakrov.
But telling us, she's unstoppable. Bottom lane though is currently ratting out the last turret, telling us, move, you gotta move. But oh, okay, Beldam is back.
But he does so little damage.
So
the tower is
little
definitely go down.
I think just
the tower's actually dead.
Yeah, the tower's dead.
Space Star, what are you doing? Honestly, why are you not the one hitting with siege weapons? This is poor decision making coming out from Mamazita right now.
Well, oh well.
This is the grand finals. You should not be making these kind of stupid mistakes.
I agree.
I expect
sadly.
way better.
Sadly, I do agree. The bottom tower really could have stayed alive. There were so many ways to keep the turret alive, but it's okay. Now the Dark Slayer will go in the hands of Mamazita. The snipe coming in from Elsu sadly misses, and now the Drake will go to Belton. Okay.
Alright, so Rose getting caught out. D Lucy trying to catch with this Varys. My Brazil is nearby. I mean, you have a lot of tanks, so that's why it's so hard to kill them. It's a very weird game, like 8-4. I mean, after, like you mentioned, the balance was tilted in favor of EVOS after Mamazita messed up. So now 2 turrets behind, and they have 1 turret which is at half HP. They have so much to catch up on, but they don't have the heroes for it. There's only Tao and us. And S9 is not exactly at the level where she can slay the EVOS heroes as long as they have Xenio.
What exactly is the job of Slims though? So his Slim's range is pretty short as compared to Telenas, because Telenas does have the Eagle Eye, right? So S9, it does seem like the only thing and the only utility that she has is that Javelin. Just throwing the arrow is probably the only best thing that you can. But in the meantime, it does seem like Yunha is going to be in a slight pinch, but it doesn't seem like they want to go for the kill onto the hero. They just want the kill onto the turret. Who knows, maybe they are able to bring down the core just from this one single push. The Wild Prison is going to completely miss out everyone, and there goes the flick shot coming in from Elsu, who gets a shot round of Shaylin. Shaylin trying to get himself away, but the Bloody Kiss will be able to be the one to end that deal. Another Bloody Kiss round of Space Star, unable to do anything, no life steal. Another Bloody Kiss coming from D Lucy with the Venom right on the S9. S9 unable to do anything, but of course the piercing damage from S9 brings down Varys. The only one left.
Look at Nakrov, look at Nakrov. Nakrov is ratting. Nakrov could actually go for the tower. Will get it. Okay, super minions on all lanes. I don't see how Mamazita actually catches up to this, and that's why you could see they were throwing their bodies. And in such a scenario, you need to be, you can't break even. You need to like come out on that team fight. But considering how things went, S9, I'm surprised he actually traded even in that fight.
My oh my. Now the thing is, S9, I think Varus completely overlooked the fact that Slims can do decent damage to a group of targets together. So that is a small oversight by Varus, but it's okay. I think it is still okay because the main point is that they are able to get the three interior turrets, right? And that just means that it is mega creeps and it's going to be increasingly difficult for Mamazita to clear that off.
EVOS they didn't even give a rat's ass about the Ibanez or the Beldam, because they know that those two heroes offer close to 0 DPS. So ignore those two heroes, you destroy the Chris, you destroy the Talanas. What do you do next? So where is your other source of DPS? It's S9. But by then, it's no point. You have 1 versus 3 sources of DPS on the side of EVOS. How do you deal with it? You don't. You can't.
I'm not too sure exactly what is going to be the game plan for Team Mamazita at this point in time, but EVOS can just go straight and kill literally anyone but the tanks, like you said. Why bother hitting those lump of meat, right? We have stated it before. They cannot bring the game too late. It seems like this skill is a little bit off. The previous game they managed to have a pretty good early game. That's why their marksman just happened to work out just fine. But for this game, the marksman had a slightly rougher start and they managed to get their full items now, correct? But that just means that their tanks offer 0 to no utility. I mean 0 to no damage. The only thing that they can offer is utilities. And when it comes to utility, Beldam is the only one that can do that. Can go for the wild charge and wild prism, and then that's over.
Well, the Jaegers are coming in. You can see they're barely struggling just to destroy 1 creep wave of super minions. And you have another creep wave top. You've got 1 more creep wave bot. You've got the Drake. You've got EVOS at the doorstep. What do? They've broken the doors. You're left so exposed. What happens? What does Mamazita do? How do you respond? How do you defend? S9 almost dead. The Slims trying to hold on for dear life. Maz at the back line going straight for the core. They need to kill her. And actually she gets out. But the core is down for the count anyways. The super minions just do too much damage. So that's going to be EVOS taking game 2.
3. Man, I don't know. I didn't know that you have such bad math.
I think I meant second game.
Wait, oh,
second point.
Damn it. I was trying to use it against you.
Alright, so they get the second point, and this way Mamazita, they're feeling the pressure, man. That's match point.
Match point.
So well played to EVOS. I think whatever could have been said was basically said towards the end of that game.
Yeah.
Mamazita, I think that was basically the loophole in that draft, which was exploited by EVOS.
I mean, to be fair, they, this lineup, like the double marksman, double tank, it worked for the first time, but it does seem like EVOS, they are like, okay, you're gonna go for this, we're gonna counter you. And this is probably why it didn't work out for them for this game.
Yeah, I
the
think
game
EVOS,
has been dragged out.
Yeah, EVOS learned. They adapted really well. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, that was game 3. The score is now 2-1 favoring EVOS. So I'm Hades, this is Abstract. We could potentially be seeing the final game in this best of 5 series if EVOS can close out. Or will we see the wonderful game 5? Only one way for you guys to find out. Keep tuning in. We're going to a short break. See you guys in a bit.
But before that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be restarting the Facebook stream, so stick around.
It's an 8-hour max stream. Okay.
So we'll be back.
Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. See you guys.
Welcome back to game number 4 for this grand finals, and the point so far is EVOS 7TREASURE with 2 points and Mamazita with 1 point. So that means that we are at a match point. Now this is the FSL circuit for Arena of Valor for the Thailand qualifiers. My name is Abstract, and with me here is Hades.
Alright, so we've already seen that, you know, EVOS, they are able to adapt the game plans accordingly. So this time we're gonna see more mainstream picks. You know, both teams are like, oh, let's just rely on pure meta mechanical skill right now. So who is truly the stronger team? Will EVOS come on top, or are we gonna see the S9 show again? I mean, Slims did kind of have a good time, but was unable to transition that into a win. So
to me, Slims did manage to like farm a lot, right? But even with that farm, it doesn't seem like Slim's, you know, is that great, that good enough of a hero to accomplish good deeds. Like for example, Taonas.
I think these heroes just struggle with Xenial because Xenial honestly is just too darn tanky. How many times did he single-handedly drag like multiple players around like little puppies? And like it's honestly like puppies trying to take down a bear, and the bear's just like.
It's more, yeah. Bear really just don't care at all.
So they go for the Xenial again. So Mamazita, I mean, I think it's proven that any team with the Xenial wins. Alright, let's just go straight to game 5. We're done. We're done.
If that's gonna happen, then
unless
the
EVOS,
grand
I think
finals-
EVOS knew this was coming anyways, so they will actually pick up the Liliana. It's good that they finally have a mage. They need magic damage to deal with the tank.
Right. So what's gonna happen here is we have a Florentino that will be making his way to the Dark Slayer lane. Beldam will be roaming about, Liliana in middle lane, and of course Lindis will be in the jungle. How about the next one? And that would be someone else that goes to the Abyssal Dragon lane. Who's gonna go to the Abyssal Dragon? They need any kind of warriors, perhaps? The Joker? That works too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is an EVOS exclusive strategy. And we saw they actually beat Hana with that Joker. I know you said that Joker is great mostly against marksmen.
Yes.
But I think this hero is also great at busting tanks, most importantly. Like, this hero just does so much. So I'm a fan of this pick. I think that it can work out. So your S9, you have to see this coming, right? You especially Mamazita. What hero do you still want to give? Are you gonna give like the Batman? Perhaps we can say like some Batman Joker showdown.
Well, okay, let's scope down. They can still pick Murad. There is Murad. Murad is available on the board after.
Murad against Joker. How does that work out?
Anyway, anyhow, Violet might not be the one that I'm thinking of because that is
Violet
Joker.
worked out so well early on. I mean, if it's proven to like to get you the win, why not? I think it's still fine.
To me, is
3
that
seconds, 3 seconds. Yep, there they go. They're going with the Violet.
to me is that due to the fact that Joker's ultimate takes some time to hit you, and also his rockets requires precision as well. It's like Elsu, right? So as a Murad, you do have another dimension. You can actually you can you can just get yourself out of it. Like if you can see the rockets coming to you, just use them in another dimension. Or if the Joker uses his ultimate on you, the ultimate takes some time before it explodes, right? So when Joker hits Murad and goes back, that will be the time when Murad actually goes into another dimension and his ultimate is completely negated. So that is why I think that Murad would have been a better pick. And he will be going in and out of the fight so many times that the EVOS wouldn't be able to touch Murad. But I suppose that they have a better scenario for them to pick Violet in this game. It worked well for the other game, right? So who am I to say that Violet won't work?
Alright, so there we go. Potentially our last game here. This is the draft. Man, there's no holding strats now. It's all or nothing if you're Mamazita. You need to like hope for the best. You need the stars to align so that you can force a game 5. I don't think you chill. I think you need to like really put your backs to it right now. You honestly need to make something happen. But Mamazita, given that Elsu again, will we see that success? I think we haven't really seen Chaylin like lose out on that Elsu because the laning presence of the hero alone is just so good.
Alright, so we're looking into game number 4 of this grand finals. Let's go through with the hero picks. With Maz playing on Lindis, Frozen Kiss that will be on the Joker, Elise onto Florentino, De Lucy on the Liliana, and also Yunha playing onto the Beldam. On the flip side, we do have Space Star. We'll just call it Star. Star is gonna be playing on Zenel, Shaylin onto Elsu, My Brazil onto the Sephira, Rimu onto Yina, and finally S9 playing with Violet.
So going straight for the golden buff. We'll be able to increase the farming speed from there. So Chaylin still dealing okay. I think right now they might be tempted to try and invade the jungle. The Lucy a step back from the Sephara to play the Liliana. I just want to see one good Liliana game. I'm hoping this is that game. Especially since this could be our last game of the entire Thai qualifier.
That is right. Now, Liliana hasn't been working out really well so far for any teams due to the fact that Liliana really needs to extend the fight. Wow, that hurts. That's one thing that really hurts. But anyways, Liliana can prolong fights and she can do good damage in the long fights. So basically, you can expect to see Liliana going in from blinding light, goes in for unpredictable, and then suddenly just appear with Foxtrot and followed by Liver Fox, ending it off with Reiki Shot. So that is the typical combo, or rather that is the typical uses of the spells, and that's how Liliana typically gets kills. In which case, I would believe Liliana will want to focus more on Elsu in this game.
So meanwhile, Frozen Kiss on that Joker. I mean, my eye is on that hero because, I mean, there has to be a reason why they are the only team to play that hero. You know, coming up with strat exclusive to them, and everyone else doesn't have much experience playing against this hero in pubs. So hopefully we'll see something special come out from this.
I would really like to see how they're gonna play this as well. Usually we have counters using, you have players using counters such as the Flash more than the Joker. So I would like to see why would they use the Joker instead of the Flash?
I think the Joker is also like a mental game thing where it just tilts people. It's like one of the best characters for tilting people. Look at that spell, like you shoot people through the creeps, you just blink in, blink out, like you don't care. It's a very annoying hero, that's for sure.
Yeah. So the rockets just helps Frozen Kiss to clear the waves as fast as possible, and of course in the meantime, Shaylin will have to take her time to kill off the creeps in the middle lane. So the difference is pretty apparent when it comes to clearing off creep waves, and that just means that Frozen Kiss will be able to have a little bit more farming potential. You can farm at the jungle, the neutral camps here. You can kill the Spirit Sentinel, not Spirit Sentinel, the small little bird over here. Spirit Sentinel is dead, so you get the point. And regardless, Shaylin tries to go for the snipe right onto Lucy. But is this our first time seeing a Florentino versus a Yina? I think
not really. I mean, we've seen this matchup like multiple times, in fact.
Multiple times.
Yeah, and Yina tends to win if she gets the kills. Florentino just, I always find that he succeeds better from the jungle, but I guess this is not that case.
And here we have the initial team fight coming, the initial fight from Florentino onto Yina. It's not going to make any difference.
Yunha is very low. Has to back off on that Beldam. They are fighting around the Abyssal Dragon. Liliana's coming in to join the fray. Yunha gonna port back to base. I don't think she makes it back in time for this fight. So Liliana, I think they've made the call to give this one up. And there's Joker coming with a nice snipe, but this is the first Abyssal Dragon going the way to Mamazita.
My Brazil joins up in the middle lane to defend the mid. After all, Shaylin and My Brazil HP is low. Lucy unfortunately is not interested in getting the kill on My Brazil. They do not want to overextend their positioning. They do not want to underestimate their opponents after all. Because for all I know, Liliana definitely does have the chance and the opportunity to actually kill Sephara just now, but of course there needs to be a little bit of tower diving involved. The game is going a little bit slow, but perhaps this is slightly normal. I would say that is perhaps slightly normal. We do have the Wild Charge coming in, followed by a Wild Storm coming from Yuna. You see, they do not dare to make any more advanced movements. They just want to be safe. They want to be in their comfort zone. They do not want to get out of where they were.
Why not? I mean, with all stakes on the table at the moment, you realize that, okay, winner of this game, if it's EVOS, they're going to Singapore. And if it's Mamazita, they force themselves into a game 5. There's just so much pressure.
There's a Sentinel.
I mean, we did say from the beginning that these two were like the biggest names coming into this tournament, trying to jump into Space Star, bringing her low below 10 HP, but it's a Xenial. So it's hard, man. There's just so much sustain on that hero where it's almost impossible to kill on.
Yeah. It does seem like both teams, they are really just neglecting top lane. They really do not care about pushing into turrets at the top lane or even getting a kill on the top lane. They're just really just not caring anything at all. So Florentino and Yuna would have probably the farm of their life, if that's the right word for it, but pretty sure the turret will not go down. There's no way that the turrets will go down. Even Lind is around, I don't think that it will make much difference. Spear of Longinus is just going to be picked up by Yuna, and I don't think it will still make any much difference for now.
Lindis is just farming up Storm 3000 gold, but then you look at the Violet S9 also farming up super crazy. 3.3k, she's constantly ahead.
I don't think that this is the end of the first tier turret in middle lane, right? The damage coming in from Lindis though. We have Frozen Kiss joining in to the battle. The killing joke did not happen for the Joker, or else I think that it would have done a pretty good damage onto Shaylin. But now Kratos is available, and it does seem like Team Mamazita is looking forward to getting the kill on the Kratos, and this is most definitely gonna be a forced fight. We do have the Joker that's just gonna be hiding within the brush. The killing joke did manage to hit. Yes, onto S9. The damage is pretty significant, but not significant enough to get that kill.
They're fighting around the Abyssal Dragon, almost get Maya in Brazil, but they just keep resetting the HP on the Abyssal Dragon, which means that they're just wasting most of Mamazita's time. Yeah, this is the battle again, the Florentino versus Yuna. Yuna was struggling for a moment there, but at least because she left that lane to go to the Abyssal Dragon, she is behind a little bit.
Team tower has been destroyed.
Just small little movement changes. S9 is currently at level 10, so that's pretty good for the Violet. I would like to see how they're going to play out Violet for this game.
Look at the Abyssal Dragon, Lindis is level 11, but we still haven't seen anything after 7 minutes and a half of action. Or, would you even say action? I think it's the 7 minutes and a half, 8 minutes of farming.
Of Farmville, yes. Literally a full 8 minutes of farming. But at least we know that they're gonna give us a good show at the later part of the game. And typically the action starts at 12 minutes. So we do have about 4 more minutes of farming going. Because they're going to fight here, and then they're gonna back off without getting a single kill. That's my prediction. And they're not even going to push the turret.
Joker, ooh, actually gets that extra damage onto S9, shooting through the creep. I think trying to cancel Yunha. S9, they found this could be first blood.
Oh wait, what?
So low. Cancels the TP. We need a bit more damage. Misses the imprisonment. Just a bit too slow. Hesitated over there. Yunha. Huge boo-boo. And My Brazil, they want to die from the tier 1 tower, but the heal was insane from the Xenial. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. They do get this one tower bottom lane.
Well, at least bottom lane turret went down, so that is the most action that we have seen for this game. Both teams are really afraid of making the first move, and they are really afraid of losing a life. I feel that they should play a little bit more unconventionally. They should play it so different. They should go aggressive, and that will catch Mamazita completely off guard, or Mamazita can catch EVOS off guard, you know.
How do you deal with Xenial? Like, My Brazil's coming in, she wants to get the finishing blow, but it's a tank on the Beldam.
How do you deal with Xenial? You don't deal with him.
It's hard, man. Those heals are just... I mean, so good.
Yeah, you literally have to ignore Xenial at this point of time. Because no one has that amount of damage to deal with Xenial until the later part of game, whereby let's say Lindis and Joker have got good items, then sure they can do something with Xenial. But the thing is, if Xenial just jumps in at the wrong part and the wrong time, that just means that he is completely open, and that means that he is completely out of position, and that will leave his teammates completely vulnerable. So it is pretty important.
I just wish to point out that Lindis is already level 14 and a half. She's so close to level 15 at 10 minutes in, most farm hero in the game, but we're still not seeing any action from her. Another tier 1 tower going down. I think Beldam wants to try to start a fight. Looks like this will be first blood. Oh, the heals. Yunha is still alive. Actually does end up going down to My Brazil. D-Lucy and the Foxhorn will have to retreat. Maz, with all that damage, destroys My Brazil. Looking for the snipe. Elsu getting one more, it looks like. There we go. Shaylin sniping down the Joker. He's not laughing anymore.
Actually, I have absolutely no idea how did the Joker just teleported back in here to line up with Elsu's shot. I actually have zero idea what happened. Did he actually use the flicker to get away from whatever it is and ended up being in the shot of Elsu's shot?
No, I think he tried to port out at the corner. But Elsu, because of that ridiculous range, Florentino needs to make something happen now, man. Yes, you're the second farm hero on your team, but we have not seen any impactful plays from the Florentino.
Team tower has been destroyed.
This is a game of back and forth, and now Mamazita have got a slight edge in terms of kills. But when it
one
comes, yeah, literally one kill. But when it comes to gold, they are dead equal, which is what makes this game scary in terms of passiveness and, you know, like literally everything. Because if they are so close in terms of gold lead and like literally anything when it comes to gold, then both teams, they are very unlikely to want to make any mistakes. That means that the game is going to be extremely passive.
Well, pushing away. Yunha charging in, trying to displace somebody, go for the pick. Space Dog, we're going initiation S9, they're going for the pick. Very, very low. Yunha will go down into Brazil one more time. We've seen this before, we're seeing it again. Lucy also down for the count. S9 on that Violet, finally getting the frags. Maz running all the way in with the back of the flank, but no, look at the amazing damage from S9. One more hit, the crit. Elsu misses the snipe. Oh, unfortunate. But now with two heroes down, Maz forced to go back to base. Is this a tier 2 tower? Mamazita.
They are on a roll.
Frozen Kiss? You don't want to walk into S9?
Ouch.
Oh! From downtown, Chaylin, Elsu is sending one big ass bullet up that ass. Alright, so Elise now down to low HP.
Ouch,
Florentino,
ouch,
Florentino. Oh, this is one turret.
What the hell has happened? Now the core is vulnerable. We're looking at Beldam going down for the wild prison. We'll be able to get 2% into the wild prison, and with that said and done, the rest of the team is just going to escape.
They even get Yunha again. EVOS are collapsing.
What is happening? It was one solid push coming in from... I don't quite understand. It was just one solid push coming from Team Mamazita, and EVOS just lost 2 turrets? Or was it 3?
2. I just think that this Beldam is struggling to find any impact.
Yeah, it seems like Beldam hasn't really been working really well. There was no significant follow-ups when it comes to the wild prisons. I thought that it would have made a difference, especially in the previous team fight. The wild prison managed to capture 2 people, and I thought that is the point of, you know, retaliation. It didn't happen, and now the Dark Slayer is going to be taken by Mamazita, and now the Drake is available, and this spells more doom for Team EVOS 7TREASURE.
Florentino, are you going to just port out, or are you just going to keep pushing? I think they want to try for the split push attempt. Yunha, once again, what are you doing, Yunha? What are you doing? You're not that tanky like you think you are. Tank is just a role, it's just a name at this point. You don't walk into 4 heroes like that. What are you doing? Somebody's tilted.
This is bad. This is bad. Now we got the Drake pushing in from the top lane. Yina comes in from the bottom lane, so it's gonna take quite some time. The turret is going down so low. Star is in front of the entire team, soaking up all the damage, and with that said, they are trying to push in right onto the core. There are still a little bit of ballistas that's available. They have to kill that before they can hit down onto the core. Lucy being a little bit of a meat shield, and the damage from the snipe is just dealing so much damage right onto Liliana. Yina has done a significant push down here in the bottom lane. Elise have no idea how to defend this. The stun coming in from the wall of water, they're just gonna get it.
They're going for the jugular. Mamazita, they won that game 5. They're like, nope, you're not getting a free ticket to Singapore. Yunha standing in the front lines, imprisonment, catches onto 2. Where's the follow-up? It's not really there. Yunha decimated in the corner. Elise, although everybody's falling so low, Mamazita have just so much sustained with their Xenial. And Violet, it's the Violet shot. Frozen Kiss, however, gets the double kill. That's gonna be the Joker trying to keep that hopes alive. So EVOS, they still have one last roar in them as they manage to defend their last turret.
Did they really defend it though? Was that worth it? Or rather, did that help their game plan? They still have a long way to go. The only good thing that comes in on top is that Lindis is farmed, alright? Lindis is farmed. He does have full item build now. They're just waiting for the Joker to get his full item build as well. How about Liliana? Close as well. It's kinda close to that extent. But Beldam though, what's happening to Beldam?
I'm not sure, man. She's 0 and 5. She's not that tanky anymore. The Mamazita heroes just cut through her very easily with their bullets, all their spells.
The difference of 10,000 gold tank versus a 6,500 gold tank. That is Zinel versus Beldam.
I mean, that's what happens when you had a farming tank, right? Someone who actually had the entire bottom lane to herself. Trying to shoot Yunha, look at her HP, just leave her life. Every time she dies, man, it's like a little piece of the soul dies along with her. Trying for the imprisonment, and it's gonna spiff. There's no setup. Space Star actually just dives under the tower with the Xenio. Actually tanks the tower, doesn't care. Yunha is so low, Mass probably about to die as Space Star. Wow! They delete her, even with the Phoenix, and now Yunha trying to charge back in. Where's the follow-up? There's none. This is the core, this is the game.
Nothing at all. EVOS stood no chance. And now Mamazita has gained a name for themselves again, rather. So we are looking in the final match point. 2-2 of this best of 5 series between Mamazita versus EVOS 7TREASURE. Now, we will be back in a couple of minutes, and after that intense match, I'm pretty sure that both teams, they will need some time to, cool down and collect themselves and, prepare for the final showdown. My name is Abstract, and with me here is Hades. We'll be back for the final game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game of today. And, well, for the entirety of the FSL Circuit Thailand qualifiers for AOV. My name is Abstract, and with me here is Hades.
Yo, what's up? Alright, so we have finally reached the concluding game of this amazing qualifier. We've seen the girls battle for this one chance, this one opportunity at the main event in Singapore at Comex for EFA, the Esports Festival, where we will have the FSL finals there. And that would be, this is where we find out the representatives of Thailand. We have your EVOS, and on the other team we have Mamazita.
It's an either-or situation right now, and it's really tough to find out. Now, it's really tough to decide who is going to be the one that actually win this. I mean, 2-2 is a back and forth adventure. It was what? It was EVOS, then Mamazita, EVOS, and Mamazita again. So, who's gonna be the one that actually brings home the crown? It's gonna be tough.
I mean, very fast to pick up S9's hero. We saw what Violet can do. So I mean, screw that. Don't either or me. Don't give me that. At this point, I say, show me who is hungrier to actually progress in their esports career, man. It's all or nothing. You can't enter this industry as a pro player thinking that I can, I'm just gonna try my best. No, don't try your best. No, actually show me your best. Don't give me 100%, show me 200. That's what I want to see from these girls in this game 5.
Right. And now we are looking into the second phase of the bans, but before that, let's take a look at the first phase and the rest of the picks.
Crush that.
We do have Nakroth, Sephora, as well as Telenas being banned out, and on the flip side, we do have Yebeneth, Thane, Fennec, and Hayate being banned out. As for the picks, Elsu, Violet, and Zenel coming in from Mamazita's side, and Florentino, Beldam, and Darcy being picked up from EVOS 7TREASURE side.
Looks like they are afraid of the dual tank again because they know that Xenial is already so tanky. I don't think they actually want to pick up the dual tank this meta. Like, I mean, this particular game, I think you just want to get maybe get a mage. I think you need a mage right now. You got Elsu, you got Violet, that's your jungler, that's your marksman. On the other side, we have Florentino, we've got Beldam, we've got Darcy. And I hope Yunha doesn't tilt again in this game. Because game 4, we saw she went 0 and 5. She just charged into her death. She's like, just kill me, just end me. Now that was like some very, very dark kind of thoughts going on.
Yeah.
So Oh, Ryoma pick. Alright.
I think Mamazita is gonna go for the tank again.
But who? Tara?
Okay, so it could be possible. It could be possible. Okay, Zenel. Okay, let's review what has been used. We have Zenel, Ibanez, Ebaldem, and what else?
We've mostly seen those.
It's just these three, right?
I wouldn't find it a bad thing to go for the Crash this game, but looks like they would go for the Annette instead. Annette and Varus. I'm no surprise. Varus is one of Mamazita's like comfort heroes. To have that there is a must. Because so far they've always opened with Sephara, Varus, and of course with Elsu. Of course, obviously because the global ban pick, they can't pick Sephara up again. So this, things are going to be obviously a bit different.
This time, Mamazita is snatching the Elsu away from Frozen Kiss. This is the second time in a row that Team Mamazita has actually done that.
It's the battle between who gets that particular hero. Elsu is well played by both these two teams. Well, now it's to find out who is Maz's hero. Unless, of course, she takes the Ryoma, and then you give Yunha the Baldam, which means that Dilusi, you give her the Mage, which is what they're kind of lacking at the moment.
Right, so understandably, Frozen Kiss is the one that plays the marksman, right? So what are the marksmen that is currently available? Morin,
Valheim. Yorn is good. I like Yorn. Yorn is very good here. We have seen what they like, especially at these slow-paced games. Yorn just destroys towers very fast. Yes, do it. That's the winning formula. Do it. You need tower pushes. I mean, we saw what happened in the last game. Both teams didn't fight for like 10 minutes, and then everything just exploded. All of a sudden, it was a huge chain reaction.
Exactly.
So EVOS, they will go into the Yorn pick. There we go, and that's going to be a huge threat, which Mamazita will always have to, they always have to keep their eyes open for. So Yorn on Frozen Kiss.
Understandably.
Darcy for Maz, no surprise.
Everything is no surprise. And as for S9, he's gonna play Violet. Same thing. So, all in all, we have. Let's take a look at where they are going. All right. So Violet. Okay, the obvious one. S9 is going to the jungle, right? So Rimu playing as Varus. I will most probably believe actually, this is kind of tough. I think Varus is gonna go to the middle lane. Elsu is going to go to the Abyssal Dragon, and Zenel is actually going to the Dark Slayer. Net roaming. On the other hand, Yorn is definitely going to Abyssal Dragon, Ryoma to the Dark Slayer. Florentino to the Dark Slayer, Ryoma in middle lane. What do you think about that?
Like I said, I don't really think the lanes matter too much. It's more about the overall team movement. Oh.
Okay, that's not the sound that I like to hear. That's not the sound I like to hear.
Oh dear, what happened? Are we still live?
We are still live. Okay.
Game?
Okay, now the thing is...
Yeah, that's a scary sound. That's the scary
That's the scary sound.
What's happening here? Did the game just crash?
Very likely. Very likely the game crashed on us, and they are going to be the game is going to be in the way of us.
Alright, so as Abstract is restarting the game, and hopefully we can get into game in time. Hopefully we can reconnect. That's the dream. We need to be able to reconnect, otherwise we can't spectate that game 5. I mean, something always has to happen, right, in these grand finals. Production's such pain. Alright, so thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all the wonderful partners: Dreamco, Elgato, Aftershock, Yahoo, Overdrive, Super Solid, and Aftershock. Alright, and of course you can follow me at HadesCast. You can find him at Such Abstract. Don't forget, follow the stream at FSL.gg. You can find him on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Drop him a like, especially if you want to be up to date on all the happenings of female esports in Southeast Asia. Drop him a like on their social media. It's right there. It's like on the side. It's on this side or that side.
We are in the loading screen. We are close.
So I'm assuming all is good.
I'm assuming all is good.
Just waiting for Violet to load, and then we can go in S9 on that hero.
Essentially, it's waiting for us to load, kind of.
Basically.
So, well, we'll see exactly how the laning phase is gonna go, and if whether it's going to make any differences at all. So Yorn versus Elsu, that is the main thing that I want to take note of. The thing is, Yorn is able to dish out great amount of damage, and Elsu can do the same. Elsu can snipe off from far, and all in all, I think that the Yorn versus Elsu is probably going to be the main part of this game. And in this game, it seems like Elsu is going to be in middle lane instead. So Elsu versus Ryoma, that is one thing correct. But Zenel is gonna be at the Abyssal Dragon lane instead. It's actually pretty interesting. They are. It does seem like they are going for a little bit of early game aggression. A net is completely out of position. The cube, the dimensional cube, completely destroys down a net. But that wasn't the first blood. It was Ryoma. Ryoma was actually the one that got first blooded by Zenel, if I'm not wrong. So this is actually really early game aggression that is something that is really grand finals worthy. Kratos is now under siege and S9 is in a really bad spot. And in the end, Yorn goes down, Star goes into the Malleus, and the Dimensional Cube by everything else brings down Zenel. Now this is what I call the grand finals.
EVOS, they're not gonna back down, man. Once, you know, this is about puffing their chest out and just saying, hey, you know, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not gonna care what happens. You wanna play this game? I'll play it with you. So Chaelin and Frozen Kiss now fighting for the little creep. Oh, didn't get it. Well, actually, no, did get it. This is the last tiny tick of damage. No, it's a 3-1, 3 minutes, and definitely more active than the previous games which we've casted so far in this entire series.
This 3 minutes is more action than quite a lot of games already so far, as in like the first 3 minutes of most every other games. And here we have my Brazil in a really bad spot, but Yunha and Dilusi immediately retreated. And that could be our only glimmer of hope when it comes to action. That was probably the only time. Oh! Really? Really?
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Okay.
What? Okay, that
was points for style.
Well, that is the most interesting skill
just
of
imprison
my
the dragon?
Yeah, he did. He imprisoned the dragon.
Okay, I didn't know you could do that.
But why? Wait, it was taken. Was it taken by was it under siege by Mamazita?
Yeah, it was. They were slowly trying to snipe it, but no chance. Varus and Florentino top lane fighting for farm, seeing who can outfarm the other.
And Yunha is just doing the same thing, pulling Kratos over and over again. Loki's curse being picked up by Darcy. I believe that the damage coming from Darcy should be great anytime soon. Take a look at that. Big damage onto the random neutral camps. In the meantime, we do have Zenel trying to get away from all of the danger. We do have some rotations coming in right onto Florentino. The damage gone down. Another snipe. He's gonna miss Elise, unfortunately. But it does seem like the entire team of Mamazita, all they are interested in is to bring down the turret. Middle lane though, we do have rotations coming in back to the middle lane, so Elsu is back here. Bottom lane, Yorn is rotating so that they can possibly push down the turret. They really need someone at the end of the turret, or else the turret literally would just go down. And here we have Darcy joins in the fray. I believe that is Dimensional Portal, completely missing out unfortunately. But with Heavenly Barrage around, there will be small little ticks of damage onto the turret. And I believe that the Hurricane Wall is being used by a net. We'll push Mass and Frozen Kiss away for a moment of time.
You sure? Are you sure? Look at how fast that tower falls. That's a tower already down. First tier 1 at 5 minutes in. EVOS are saying, okay, you don't want to fight us? That's fine, you know. We're just gonna take your towers one by one. Let's see what you do. You have to respond one way or another. Yunha actually very low.
Whoa!
Elsu, the return from Frozen Kiss.
And Elsu doesn't want to run away or run home just yet. That is the interesting and scary part at the same time. We do have 5 men here in middle lane. Make that 4 as Chaelin goes back home. My Brazil is pretty much the one that should be really careful of. They wouldn't want to get zoned out by the Hurricane Wall.
Really cool part right now is if he actually snipes the Abyssal Dragon, and not the case. Yunha charging in, it's too late. This Abyssal Dragon will go to S9.
Yeah, due to the fact that S9 does have Punish, it's really difficult for anyone to snipe out that Abyssal Dragon unless it is a Darcy, because he does have a...
Florentino going up behind the Varus. Yep, they will be fighting it over the top lane. And that'll be the end of that story. But meanwhile, Yunha.
Is that gonna be a kill onto Yunha anytime soon? But it does seem like they are afraid after all. They are really afraid to carry on with their fight. They are very, very cautious. I don't know if whether it's a good or bad thing. It could be bad because they are missing out opportunities, but it could be good because they have the discipline to not overextend themselves. In this case, well, it's slightly a little bit of both. Top lane is still very, you know, it's still very passive. Florentino is not interested in going out for fights. They are all more or less interested in defending the turret. That is the main thing.
That global arrow is so scary. But looks like EVOS coming in from the side. S9 will have to get out, not sure how. Going on to Rimu, this is very bad. Positioning is not looking good. Yunha actually going to take out Rimu. And now they're going to try and kill this pesky Violet. They will succeed. Down she goes. Florentino getting a big kill.
What is S9 doing all the way at the back?
Trying to run away, trying to force them away, you know, create as much space as you can. Oh, the setup is big!
But Shaylin, HP
wow,
is extremely
you couldn't
low.
even see her HP.
Oh, he's got his out. He's got his out. Aren't you gonna use it?
Apparently not.
Wasted. Is he still not gonna use it?
Oh, now she will.
Well, it hit someone.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Unfortunate though. If he realized that he can use his out, he could have sniped Shaylin out. You know, anything is possible.
Meme snipes, meme snipes.
Meme snipes, indeed. The sniper gets sniped. Up until now, we're still waiting for the farmers to get fed. We're waiting for the marksmen to get fed. Varus, let's see. Fatness talent, that's all. Muramasa onto Elsu, that's all. Violet, rank breaker, that's all. 1 items each. It's gonna take some time.
I mean, your Florentino is quite fat. Fattest hero in the game at the moment. So they do have that going for them. But can they make anything work with that fat Florentino? He's looking towards the middle lane. He wants to try and get, you know, be a part of this action.
The Hurricane Wall is just gonna be, whoa! That's a 3-man wild prison, and that's gonna put S9 in an unfavorable spot. But in the end, there was no follow-up until now, where Darcy goes in with the Dimensional Cube, gets a snipe off of that Violet. Down it goes, and of course, Heavily Barrage is just gonna be used by the Yorn. They will whittle down the turret today. There we go. The damage just a little bit here and there.
They'll take this nice and easy. Actually, very little that Mamazita are able to do. They can't defend that tower.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely
just the power of Yorn. It actually makes me wonder why Yorn isn't picked up more often.
I actually have no idea as well. Yorn is great when it comes to pushing. But I think the main
they're going to jump into the Xenial.
I think the main thing about Yorn is that he doesn't have any mobility when it comes to escape.
Yeah, how is Star even supposed to take this tower? Look at that. You're doing nothing to the tower.
Wait, what? That is questionable. A tank trying to push the turret even when there is, you know, 3 or 2 players down there. That is not the most cautious, that is the most uncautious thing that Mamazita have displayed so far. But it is alright. 1-7, it is still possible for a turnaround. They are only at about 4,000 gold, 5,000 gold disadvantage. They can come back into the game if they manage to go for a really good team wipe. And we'll have to wait for that. Anytime now. Anytime now. I think that kind of team wipe will only happen when the marksmen have like 3 items.
Well, Maz is really level 14, super farmed. You have 2 super farmed heroes on the side of EVOS, which means that they're playing the net worth game. You're now going to jump into My Brazil, Delucy, where's the follow-up? Now coming in, actually misses the spells completely. Yunha will just back out, looking at a teammate in dismay, just like, yo, what are you doing, man? How did you miss that?
More and more shots coming in from Violet as well as Elsu. They are just interested in clearing the creep waves, and of course clearing down the jungle camps. That is how they're going to farm. Let's take a look at the gold per minute, or rather, let's take a look at the gold by everyone. So the highest gold goes to Yorn. 7.7k, currently with 16, Muramasa, and Claves Sancti. So 3 items down. He's gonna be pretty scary.
Florentino chasing after the Varys over the middle lane. Very, very low Rimu. Just a tiny bit of HP left, and they will just clean her up with Mez.
Oh, Zenil, not the best place to be. While the prison is going to be used by Beldam, but of course, no follow-ups for that just yet. They're just going to steal up the stage golem. They're just going to take the jungle camps. He's going to be exerting dominance, and in the meantime, Star is just going to be pushing Frozen Kiss away, and it does seem like Yorn is unable to do anything at the point of time.
Of course, Florentino's gonna steal another buff creep, pushing in the bot lane. And Mamazita, they're playing so reactive, 8 to 1, 36 to 4 to 30.5. I mean, what do you do? The Lucy's just gonna keep the lane shoved out into Mamazita's spaces in the middle as well. And Florentino's just having a great game. This is a very good Florentino game. You've got lots of space to farm, and you've got Mez, you're already level 15, you're like, okay, you're good, you don't need anything else. 4-0 and 2 on that Dicey.
But when are they going to say, when is the time where they actually be
Xenial,
like,
again, top. Oh, cancel.
bye bye. Oh wait, oh that's Angelic Splendor. Okay, so you can't cancel Angelic Splendor, but you can cancel Recall. So that is probably the only reason why Zenel dares to play that boldly at the top lane by pushing. He does have the ultimate to spare. So right now, the only thing that Zenel can do is to stick close to his teammates because he doesn't have his ultimate anymore. No more of that global outreach for the next, I don't know, few minutes. And in the
wow, Killing's dead, and this will be the tier 2 tower.
And that is going to be a nice wild prison. This is going to be absolutely insane. The portal comes in, not going to land anything, but my Brazil goes down as Yorn goes out for the ultimate, straight in his face. Frozen Kiss and the rest of their team, they are still alive, and with Yunha low in HP, they will have to make themselves closer at home and, just go for a heal up. In the meantime,
Darkslayer time.
Yes, correct. With 2 men down, this is the perfect opportunity for them to bring down the Darkslayer, and of course, because they have so much farm.
The Varys is coming to try and contest, but the Lucy is there, holding her in place, making sure she doesn't get too close.
I don't think it is. Man, I do not know. Oh, Fenris Tooth onto Ryoma now. So more damage. There's even Frost Cape, so a little bit of sustainability onto Ryoma. So that is a good thing. He is able to play in the front lines just a little bit. And here, I'm not too sure what is gonna be the plan for Mamazita now. Bottom lane, Zenel.
Space Star again, we've seen this before, we've seen this once, we're seeing this twice. Space Star caught out.
Doesn't have Angelic Splendor. He goes down. 1 tank down.
And the Drake has been summoned, they're going straight for the bottom lane. Should be another objective. Florentino's just trying to keep the pressure up at the top. The split push, man. Mamazita not able to deal with this. Yeah, Ryoma's also being a pest in the middle lane, trying to cancel TP, just kind of hovering around Yunha. Just in case if you can just imprison someone, that could be really good to start that fight.
And now the Abyssal Dragon is enraged as well. If they do not bring down the turrets here, or rather if they do not end the game here, at least they can go for Kratos. Now the Wild Prison is just going to be dropped right onto my Brazil, and it's going to be pretty bad for Annette. He's not going to go in for the Hurricane Wall even. The Drake is still alive, and the entire team of EVOS, they are now changing their pace. The sad thing is Florentino is no longer at top lane. Zenel is pushing down the top lane. And now the rest of the team is heading towards the enraged Kratos.
20k HP, enraged buffed. I think they might want to give this away to Yorn because now he... Okay, you thought towers fell fast to him earlier on. You're about to see them fall even faster.
It's going to be hot knife through butter. Really, Shailin? How do you miss that? Well, that is indeed sad. The Might Golem is available for the taking, and I'm not too sure if whether they want to deny that. I'm not too sure if whether EVOS want to deny that the Might Golem. Waiting for the right time. I'm actually, to be fair, I do not know what are they waiting for. Are they waiting for someone to make a mistake? Are they waiting for the Dark Slayer, or are they just, you know, farming? Because they already have like a good amount of gold advantage, right? So why are they still, you know, waiting around? They should make full use of the gold advantage and try to push in. It's not that they can't see the gold advantage. In fact, they can see it clear and wide.
Frozen Kiss on the Yorn, happy to just chip the tower down. I mean, you're right, they have a sizable gold advantage, so this way at least, oh, casually diving, that's very cheeky. They do get that tower. All the other towers gone, bot lane, there's really a hole in their base. It took them a while to deal with that Drake. Arrow comes in, misses. Actually no, it does connect, but it's not enough to get the kill. They will go for another Dark Slayer. So with this other Drake, this should be a second turret confirmed. Mamazita, they're running out of options. Time is running out. 17 minutes in, 11-1, 10,000 gold advantage. EVOS, they have their prey and their sights. And they will go for the execution blow.
What the hell is going on?
However, saying that, hey, I'm trying to bait them in. Can we go back in right now? Look at that Yorn.
No, that is it.
They're in prison. Going on, they want to start fighting. Maybe you can try and close out the Space Star. But Xenia is just so tanky. Yunhao will port back to base for the safe option. And still pondering where they want to put this Drake in.
It would be great if, at that point of time, instead of Beldam, it was Ibanez. So that he's able to stay where he is, continue damaging, and also have that kind of sustainability. And that is probably the best time when Frozen Kiss Diluci comes in and swipe everyone off their feet. But unfortunately, it is Beldam after all. So far, we haven't really seen a really good follow-up after a wild prison. I want to see something nice. I want to see something great. Like after the wild prison, everything just starts to explode. We've got all the stunts in place. You know, just all the fancy schmancy stuff. In the meantime, at least that's going to relegate herself all the way to mid lane, I suppose, as we do have mostly everyone else pushing at the top lane with the help of the Drake. Now the wild prison is just going to be targeted once again. No stuns onto Rimu though, but she will use Venom to get himself away. In the meantime, Mass low in HP, but he will be fine. She will be fine for a good amount of time. But middle lane is going to be threatened down by the rest of the team. Top lane and bottom lane is ratted out. Diluci HP is low due to the fact that, well, Violet and Elsu, they are pretty paid when it comes to distance fighting.
Jacob repelled, but at this point it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, you got 2 turrets down, you got super minions pushing in from the side lanes. They don't exactly have the farm or the time to really just get the waves in their favor. Creep equilibrium is so important here right now. If they can even dare to dream of a comeback. They haven't even taken a single tower this game. Mamazita.
Oh.
Their fate hanging on a tiny hair. Very, very thin hair.
I actually did not realize that they didn't bring down a single turret. Wow, okay.
Florentino kind of chasing the Xenial over at the top, trying to get her to commit that ultimate. So far that isn't the case. So another enraged buff. All the buffs, everything has gone the way except one Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, only one Abyssal Dragon went to Mamazita. Now the enraged dragon is once again taken away. And the buff goes to, is gonna go to Yorn once again. And I believe that 8 seconds now until the Darkslayer is summoned. So I believe that they're gonna wait for the Darkslayer, get the Drake, and push down in the middle lane. And that will be their end game goal. That is probably what they're going to gun for. But I don't think the Mamazita will allow that anymore, would they?
I don't think so. But they need a miracle. Maybe this could be it. Space Star is trying for the initiation. It's completely spiffed. Fighting for the next Dark Slayer. It's waiting right there. It's right there. But Yunhao wants to try and force the issue. Get them to overcommit. So the marksmen are just happy chipping them with the Dark Slayer. This is the end game now.
Yeah, definitely the end game. The Drake is going to be summoned right here in middle lane. I don't think that they're going to waste any time at all right now. They're going to release it right now. I guess not. I guess not. So the question really lies, when is a good time? What are they waiting for?
Waiting for a full creep wave to come in first so they can tank it up. This way they ensure that they have higher odds of keeping the Drake alive.
one creep wave just, you know, scoot by them. And here we have Yunha just trying to clear the creep wave just a little bit, or rather just delaying the creep wave, so that maybe this creep wave can come along. Now that they have the ballista as well, it's going to be a big fight, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the end game. This could be it. Wild Prison right onto Annette, completely summoned out, and Yunha, hey, HP is low. Venom is just going to be used by Remove, but he's just going to get himself away at the point of time. The portal and the cube is not going to do anything for Darcy. Unfortunately, Yunha as well as Elise, they are all close together, packed together. They will die if they continue to stay that way. Star will be able to get herself away with Malleus, and no one, I repeat, no one is dead from that team fight.
But the super minions are gonna be pushing in from all 3 lanes now. I just see how EVOS lose this game. You've got complete map control. You haven't lost a single tower. You're 11-1. You have the network advantage in your favor. How do you lose?
The question is, why do they not end it? They are all level 15. They are all of their items are up. They have full builds. And it seems as though that they're still waiting for something. Annette, if they continue to let Annette do whatever she wants or whatever it is, she's just going to be full build as well. And it's going to be a full build team versus full build. Because if they fight now, Annette wouldn't have full build. And it's still, you know, it's still gonna be a fight that can be, you know, that can be turned around. You never know. So that is what they're waiting for. They're waiting for an ambush.
Right,
but would it work out? That's the main question.
Man, they're taking so long just to deal one creep wave. Florentino actually going to the bot to try and force out that ultimate again on the Xenial. Xenial hoping to try and find a pick of DL. So D-Lucy gets hit back, so they still have a bit of fire left in them.
They do not know how to close this game, apparently. They do manage to get all 3 turrets, right? But they're just letting the opponents just clear the creep waves. So the only way that they know that they can win is to defeat the Darkslayer and get the Drake. That is the winning condition. And now it is time for Mamazita to retaliate. But unfortunately, they are a little bit too late. The Darkslayer is now gone to Maz's hands. The Drake is with them now. I don't think that there's any way. Okay, so they want to buff also. They want to be very sure that they are going to win that fight.
You already have 1 nail in the coffin, you just need another nail. There's no harm in just making sure it's completely shut tight.
Yeah, I don't think that this is more about 2 nails in the coffin. I think this is about 1 nail versus 100 nails in the coffin. And now, we just want to seal the deal. We do have Yorn with the Darkslayer buff. Sorry, with the...
There's so many DC. Are we gonna just get to the first minute and then blue team's just gonna unpause and just like, hey, this is our time to shine. And here we were hoping that we wouldn't see a pause in the grand finals. We were hoping. It was a foolish hope.
It was a foolish
but hope
indeed.
nonetheless.
Why are they pausing?
I don't know. Maybe their phones ran out of battery.
I don't know. That is, they have the Darkslayer. They have the Drake from the Darkslayer. They have the Enraged Kratos buff as well onto Yorn, and they have a full creep wave of Mega Creeps, full Jaegers, full-sized, adult-sized, and that's still not going.
Alright, so EVOS.
Okay.
Great dragon has been summoned.
Roars shall echo throughout the battlefield.
Now
Is
the
it just
Drake-
me, or did they become even bigger?
No,
Like,
they've always
bigger
been
than before.
They've always been that size.
Really?
The Drake just never grew.
I guess so.
So
Yeah.
S9 trying to take care of that Drake. They're pushing in from the top. They're pushing in from the mid. They're coming in from the bot. They're coming in everywhere.
Are they? I think the problem is EVOS is not confident in ending a team fight. They're not confident in wiping out the opponent's team, and that is probably the issue.
Star running out of HP.
It's like the damage is not that good enough. The only one that can deal damage is going to be Yorn as well as Ryoma. And now we're looking into Malleus coming in from Star, just tanking up everything. The Venom goes in. My Brazil completely just shut down Yunha as well. Just gonna be stuck there in between as well. It is a 1-for-1 trade-off. 2-for-1 trade-off at this moment of time. The Drake is still alive. Malleus coming in from Zinel. HP is going down so low because Yorn and Ryoma, they are still alive. But Ryoma, his HP is currently at 10%. They just want to go for it. And it is GG for EVOS 7TREASURE as they bring down the heat. 2-3. They are your champions for the FSL circuit Thailand qualifiers. Whew.
EVOS had that game from the beginning to the end. Complete dominance in what was an anticlimactic game 5. We saw constant back and forth from game 1 to 4. And now we see game 5, EVOS just saying why? This is why hashtag EVOS roar.
It took a while to end. That was I think 22 minutes grand finals. And although the front part, there was some action. But after a while, during the mid part of the games, that is where both of the teams, they just started to go on farming mode, and nothing much happens at a point of time.
Alright, so shout out to every single one of you guys for tuning in with us all the way now. We understand it's getting a bit late. And congratulations once again to EVOS. Shout out to all the sponsors, Dreamcoach, Super Solid, Elgato, Yahoo, Overdrive, and Aftershock. And of course, this is not the end. We still have more AOV coming up on 6 to 8 August. I believe that's, what is that, the Indonesian region? Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia.
Philippines.
Is it Philippines?
And Indonesia as well. Right.
Oh, okay. Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and Indonesia on 6 to 8 August. So we've got lots of teams coming up there. You guys definitely want to check that out. I'm Hades. This is Abstract. You can find me at HadesCast. You can find it at Such Abstract. You can find all the info here, more info on female Southeast Asian esports at FSL. This wonderful brand. So you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Well, this is the end of the Thai qualifier for now. Hopefully we'll see you guys at the next broadcast. You definitely want to check that out. So have a good night, everybody. See you next time.